Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Social here on Politics Social. I'm joined by Mikey Famine all the way over in Chicago, Illinois. I hope I don't Illinois him tonight. And we've also got Mike Dix of Trumpton fame, who's just done a really, really funny cartoon that is really funny of Musk telling Trump to shit himself.
It was the writing that made that cartoon, I think, Graham.
Anyway, so big shout out to everyone in the chat. I hope you can all hear us and see us okay. We've got Vendetta in there. We've got Jenny Davis. We've got Band of Harp Jays. We've got Billy Kershaw. We've got Alex with a Y. We've got Hayton Puds. Everyone's in there. Hello, everybody. If you'd like to join them in the chat, all you need to do, hit that subscribe button. Just hit it. Smash it. Smash that subscribe button. And we'll all have cake.
Flick it.
It's nearly Christmas. Guys, have you got any Christmas wishes? Got any Christmas vendettas that you'd like to, Santa to go out and take some people out? And I don't mean for pizza.
What are you, a federal agent? Nice try. Nice try.
You're just trying to catch Mikey out.
Smoke anyone,
Mikey, don't name any healthcare chiefs, whatever you do.
Yeah, don't name any CEOs.
Hey, anybody want to commit a felony real quick? Anybody out for it?
Do you think we'll get into trouble for that?
Try.
What about Elon Musk? What about Elon Musk? Because he's not even an American. He's not one of you guys.
Don't talk about the president like that.
Hey, he is your new president now for life,
dude. It is driving Trump mad. And
is it? Is he getting it? Is he hearing it? Is he hearing people laughing?
He doesn't like it, and that makes me happy because I'm a troll. So these
absolutely
things happen.
Well, I pressed mute then to mute me coughing, and I think did you hear me cough? Did you hear me? Or did I mute it? No, it did actually mute. Oh, good. Thank God for that. Graham's been sat there all day. I have, Billy. I've just been waiting for this moment, waiting to start the Friday Night Social, because this is a crazy, unprecedented time, and I think we're probably going to end up saying this every fucking week now until the end of humanity. But which might not be that far away. Oh my God! Like
2 weeks from now,
literally, some random billionaire from Africa told the US government to shut down, and the US government went, all right then.
Okay. How much should we shut down?
Do you want us to shut down all the way?
Isn't it a Christmas tradition to shut down the US government, I know?
It's becoming a bit like that, but it was the fact that Elon Musk was the one who asked for it. It wasn't Trump that initiated this. And he pressured Trump in his 80-odd tweets that he put out so much that Trump had to cave, had to collapse like a soggy blancmange and say, yeah, okay, Elon, we'll do what you want. We'll do what you say.
Damn right you will. You'll do exactly what Daddy tells you to do, won't you, Trump?
Mikey, where you gone?
Exactly what I'm trying to fix something. It's acting strange.
Mike has become a graphic.
I think we've lost him into the Matrix.
I was trying to get the camera onto the other one, but it wouldn't let go of this one.
Okay. We've got Sarah in the chat. Hi, Sarah. Say good evening, guys.
Hi.
Yes. We're talking about my partner. Honestly, said to me earlier today. This is from Alex. I think we have too much cheese for Christmas. Guess that marriage proposal isn't happening soon.
No, that's a clone. Graham, that's a clone.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, Mikey, because you live in America where they don't do cheese. You know what you call a cheeseburger? It's got no cheese in it, and it's got no ham in it.
That's how you spot a clone. When your partner just comes up saying some random thing, hey, let's have a glass of wine. You're like, you don't drink wine. Clone. It's a clone.
Oh.
You have to trap it.
Been replaced.
You have to trap it.
Invasion.
And then tie its hands behind its back and make it confess that it's a clone.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Mm-hmm. Diz says never too much cheese for Christmas. We're going to have to ship Alex and Diz.
I have a secret password that only me and my wife know.
Okay.
And if I feel like she's compromised, it's Nutcracker.
Oh man! Now you said it.
You told everyone now, Mikey.
Well, it's when she says it. So hopefully her clone doesn't see this.
Yeah.
What are the chances that her clone's watching this?
But what if the clone gets the memories as well? Because that sometimes happens in science fiction.
Like
you get the memories,
like hive mind style.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating. No,
What if
evil
what if
scientists, no hive mind clones. That is a low blow even for you.
We got
not
a message from William in the chat. Hi, William, up in Scotland, saying talk about Scottish politics more, you bastards. So, Mikey, tell us about Scottish politics.
tell us what you know about
Tell us what you know.
Well,
current developments in the Clyde.
the politics
Yeah,
in Scotland
the politics in Scotland
are also
the head of the council in Edinburgh resigned last week
for health reasons.
No,
clearly.
I think there's something naughty going on. I'm not sure, but yeah, that
They-
happened.
they were sick.
There was a good question that was asked because earlier this evening, early this afternoon, sorry, me and Phil were doing the agenda, and someone asked if devolution, because the Labour government are bringing in this new devolution for all, so that means that all these different regions will get more power, Mikey. So they're giving more power to the states, or as we call them,
Power to the
counties.
people.
Power to the people who live near where the thing needs to be done. And someone said, well, does this mean that Scotland will be able to pass this Gender Recognition Act that was blocked by Westminster? And I thought, bloody hell, that's a good point. Actually, we probably shouldn't say that until they're given the devolution that they need to do it. Because if we tell them, they'll be like, oh shit, don't do it now.
Oh,
I don't think the SNP will go anywhere near that again.
Do you reckon?
No, that's what did for them in Westminster as much as anything else, hasn't it? Really?
No, I think they've been in power too long.
They just handled it. Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a bit of a distraction, to be honest with you.
I think
they were in power. Well, they're still in power in Scotland. They've been in power for what, 16 years now, in government.
Yeah. And
we've seen that any government around the world that was in power during the COVID pandemic has been yeeted out of office.
All gone.
And then re-elected in
Then re-elected in the case of Trump, yeah. Because he did such a good job, didn't he, Mikey? How many Americans did he kill? 500,000, was it?
That was larval stage Trump. We're now into
You're in the full evolution. Final evolution of Trump.
He's cracking through the chrysalis. We're not exactly sure what's coming out of it.
Gigantamax Trump.
Like, it might just be another larva. We don't know. We don't really know what's in there.
Jesus.
It's orange and it's covered in ketchup.
He's the worst. He's the worst. Just before you go on, Mike, because Mike wants to say something. Ivan, thank you very much for the £20 super chat. That's very kind of you. Wow, Merry Christmas to you. Happy Christmas, Politics Social, says Ivan. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're a legend. And Liction says Merry Easter.
Now we've elected Trump, that we are able to say Merry Christmas again. And that is one thing we should be grateful
the war
for.
on Christmas
thank God.
is over.
Yeah.
It's over completely.
War is over, if you want it.
You've had that tree locked away for 8 years, Graham,
Yeah.
and now you're
I couldn't
finally
finally
get it out.
without the damn AOCs kicking in the front door.
I had some carol singers come to the door before, and they said "season's greetings." That's what they said.
Oh.
So I punched them in the face, told them to fuck off. Yeah,
Did you call the police?
I called
So
the police,
turned on
and
the
they got
hose.
arrested. They got arrested because you get arrested for saying "Merry Christmas." You know, you get arrested for saying that you're English these days.
As you should.
What? Because you're English?
Yeah,
You
get arrested for being English these days. Yeah,
But just for being
yeah,
for being English.
just for being
The
English.
jails are packed.
They just turn off and say, "Right, are you English?" And they go, "Yeah," and they go, "Right, that's it, in the nick."
So
That's why all the prisons are full, Phil.
So what you say? Just
Mike.
just for being English.
Yeah,
That's what you say.
Just for being English.
Arrested.
Arrested just for being English.
I have a
Can we be sued
confidential-
for stealing this bit because it goes on for about half an hour?
It does. Like all Stuart Lee jokes, it goes on for half an hour. Sorry, Mikey.
I have on good confidence an informant that let me know that the police were constantly arresting themselves in the parking lot. It took hours to dispatch one cop.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, you will be arrested for being English.
Yes. It's very true. As
English
is.
cops
Yeah.
made it hard.
All the gammon get very upset. As Tony says in the chat, they'll trigger the gammon. Triggered. You see, because they don't like it when people get hypersensitive about bullshit things. You know, things that they think are bullshit. You know, like poppies and things. Do you have poppy rage over in America, Mikey?
Lapel pins, homie. We're dignified.
So does everyone have to have a little flag on their lapel? Is that how it works?
Oh yeah, for the politicians, yeah.
If you don't have that,
we don't
are
really
you
wear
a traitor? Is that how you identify? traces.
Yeah,
in the ranks.
That's how you show your allegiance. They still do it today. They're not as gaudy as they used to be, but that's a post 9/11 purity test thing.
Amy Walker saying "fuck the gammon." That was a message that I had to approve. And also we've got One Angry Badger saying chuck us a link. Thank you very much for the super chat. Just give us a second, One Angry Pagan, because we don't know how many people are coming on tonight, so I don't want it to get too full. But if it's just the three of us, we can get One Angry Pagan on in a bit. But I think Wayne will be joining us at some point, and Tansky threatened to come on. I don't know if she's actually going to do it.
Oh,
Should we just hang on for an ad break before we let Wayne in the room? Just before you get demonetized instantly. Happy fucking Christmas, you cunt.
Yeah, you fucking... You've done it now, Mike. You did it. You just did it. You just ruined it all.
Get in there before
just
Wayne.
Get in there before Wayne turns up as Billy Butcher. That's fucking diabolical. Diabolical. Anyway, so yeah, how's
V?
Are they sort of oh sorry, my mic went off for a sec for some reason. Are they thinking this is going to be our last Christmas, like a Wham thing? Are they just going all hell for leather because they might not have one next year, or what's the feeling?
The government workers aren't having one this year.
Oh, are they not? Why not? What about the veterans? What about the veterans who get their pension off the government? Are they going to have a good Christmas?
How about the FAA? How about the air traffic controllers? How you gonna travel on Christmas when there's no one in the towers? Mikey, it shuts down all the. Oh, go ahead.
Mikey,
don't pass the budget.
Have you not
coming,
heard
y'all.
Have you not heard of the Starship? This is the whole point. Musk shuts everything down, and you have to fly around the country in starships.
Or a jetpack that he's selling.
Which also helps deal with the excess population over Christmas, because none of those things land safely, do they? He killed a banana recently in the Indian Ocean with one. So
he did. He's a used rocket salesman.
Hey,
Mikey though, but seriously, so the air traffic controllers are paid by the government? I thought they would have been paid by the airlines.
That's a federal agency.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get paid. So they're going to go on. They're not going to work over Christmas. Oh my God!
They may or may not.
So
it depends on if they feel like going.
Has Trump cancelled Christmas?
Yeah.
How does it work, Mikey? They're not going to get paid, but they're not waiting on a daily basis for wages, are they? So
it's a weekly thing. It's
really?
A bi-weekly thing. They get paid twice a month, like everybody else.
But in the past, most of them have still gone to work during these periods, haven't they?
So there's a lot of companies, and they do like 0 interest loans and stuff like that, and they'll do it for like, the pay of like government workers in case of events like this. But that's a whole process, and you got to do that, and you got to do that right, and
you got to do it this week just before Christmas.
Yeah, but they don't know yet. So it's a very stressful time for like I have a few friends that work in that sphere, and they've been through it before, so they kind of have been prepared. But they said the first few times they were like, "I'm gonna lose my house. I'm gonna lose my this. So if everybody gets their ducks in a row, then they should be okay. But that's a lot of stress to put on people again for Christmas, just to prove a point. Like, good luck, dude. I told you, the Republicans are the fucking worst, dude. They don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Not even day one, day negative 19.
They haven't even started. They haven't even started yet.
They're fighting each other and voting against each other already, aren't they?
This is amazing.
We didn't even have to. They started on their own.
No, they're voting against themselves. They're literally voting against themselves, aren't they?
That's why that majority is a big deal, because you can't sell that at if I'm from Nebraska or some shit, I can't say no, I don't want them to put the aid for the farmers that was on there. Or if I'm in Florida or South Carolina or something like that, and a big chunk of that money was for like hurricane relief and putting infrastructure back together after all those hurricanes in a row, like, you have to say no to that, and you have to go back home and tell those people, no, fuck your house. I'm
fuck your community
center.
Trump. Yeah,
and that's what I was saying. Like, he has to do it. And he lost
Sorry.
33 Republicans voted with the Democrats.
Wow.
Yeah, but why did the Democrats voted? Listen, I didn't follow the story completely this week, but all I heard was that Democrats actually voted against. They voted to shut down the government effectively as well, and Republicans sided with them. Is that how it worked?
From what I gathered so far, I mean, I don't know what the last iteration of everything is and how many drafts we've been through, but long story less long, the Democrats don't have the majority. So they get the privilege of being wooed. And if you don't woo them, you don't get anything.
Right.
So
they're not agreeing. They're not agreeing to the bipartisan deal because it's not.
This particular one needs a 2/3 majority, doesn't it, Mikey? For a finance bill.
Yeah.
So they need to get the Republicans need to get the Democrats on side. So the Democrats were on side for the bipartisan bill that Musk tanked.
Yes.
And then they came up with this ridiculous last-minute emergency bill that didn't even make the Republicans happy. Like some Republicans voted against their own bill.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that in the Tory party, it's a 3-line whip, and 33 MPs vote against it with Labour or with, wow.
This is going to be.
I'm glad you said the
cats.
Tory party because the Labour Party's often done things like that.
Well, yes, I mean, you could imagine that, but the Tories, I mean, it's just going to be bonkers, and this is just a taste of what is going to come for the next 4 years.
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to get done unless it's to the Democratic standard.
I think people will think that stuff will happen, Mikey. I just don't think that anything good will happen because nothing good can possibly go forward.
Well, after November 5th, everyone's like, they control all of the branches. They're gonna have this. They're gonna do what? You have to sell that each individual thing. You have to sell on a weekly basis with AOC, Jamie Raskin, and the rest of them calling you out on TV. This is not. It's not easy to pass shit. That's why the Democrats don't pass as much shit as they want to pass. It's hard to sell shit when you got people literally rowing in the wrong direction.
Talking of people rolling in the wrong direction, here comes Wayne. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? Yeah,
our favorite.
Good to see you. Season's greetings. Happy Festivus.
Annoyingly, I would have been here a little while ago, but I was just upstairs. I was going to put my Deadpool outfit on and be Santa Paul, but
Santa
like
Paul.
you do.
Yeah,
like you do. But it's such a pain in the ass trying to put it on your own. Because there's so many bits.
So if anyone wants to go around to Wayne's house to help him dress,
the saddest Christmas story I've heard this year. Wayne. That needs to be turned into a movie with Hugh Grant starring.
It'd be so funny. You had a movie.
Who needs Dickens?
Sobbing on the end of the bed with a Deadpool costume.
Quick! We need the superhero to come and save the day. And Wayne's trying to put the boots on. He's like, "Oh, can someone give me a hand with this?"
We need Hugh Grant. We need Idris Elba. We need Daniel Craig and Dawn French.
Hold on. And then
Dawn French is the love interest. That's
your mentor, Wanda Sykes. It's a curveball.
We had a super chat before Wayne came on. Ivan, thank you very much. I would love a link sometime, Graham, but I obviously completely understand that you have many requests for this from so many people. Ivan, I'll tell you what, we'll do a show with Ivan, One Angry Pagan, Reagan Elite. We'll do a show before Christmas. All right, there you go. Deal. We will do a show together. But yeah, anyway, Wayne, welcome. One of the other things is that, people don't appreciate it. I set this up for 4 people. And so when more than 4 people come on, I'm like frantically trying to get the screen to look right. And because I've got like obsessive compulsive disorder, it's got to look absolutely perfect. And I'm pushing pixels around the screen to try and get it to look right. And then someone else turns up and I'm like, I've just spent ages trying to get that looking right. So it looks right now. It looks like as it should with the text down the side and we're just the right proportion. We're the right aspect ratio.
If we could just replace Wayne with Scott, then it would be perfect.
Oh.
Well, we could also replace Mike with the promise of my artwork that he's promised me for so many months now.
Hey, is it
Too
Christmas
busy drawing pictures for me of Trump?
I promised it before Christmas.
Mike drew a beautiful picture of Trump for me. Oh, here we go. Look, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. See, Darren's turned up. And now the screen's all...
gone now.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Give me a moment. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I try and sort this out. Yeah. Just cry myself to sleep.
It's good to see.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Good to see my favourite poodle cosplayer.
How are you doing, Matt?
You all right, mate? You all right?
Yeah. Good evening, you all, and Merry Christmas and
Merry
Christmas to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all very
Merry Christmas to
well.
everyone except for Tories and anyone involved with Donald
absolutely.
Trump in any way.
No, can we not just make it proper because Mike is here? Can we just say Happy Holidays?
Happy holidays.
did
We
that
said
bit.
that. We've already done that
Merry
joke.
Christmas.
You missed that bit.
Yeah, you missed it. You were too late.
Only benefits, Wayne.
I was
Too late to the ball.
Sorry, I was
You were
trying
too late
to
to
take
your dad's balls.
I was trying to take 2 katanas off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
This is when the Deadpool joke started.
sobbing on the end of the bed.
I
need a friend to help me get my superhero costume.
Why don't you get your mate Boris Johnson to help you put your Deadpool costume on?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Why don't you get your mate Boris Johnson to come, put his foot on your back and pull the straps?
That's
Greasing
not
you up.
how it works. That's not how it works.
Not yet.
Happy International Women's Day. Anyway, so guys, Wayne and Darren, nice to have you on the show. We were just talking about the fact that Musk has literally just told the US government to shut down, and the US government, so an immigrant from Africa has come to America and said, hey guys, shut down your government. And instead of going no, the US government has said, how hard do you want us to shut down?
Wow.
Shut down so hard.
What a time to be alive!
Please, Elon, can we have some more?
Can we have
But
some more?
this is the thing. When people are called Trump loyalists, I told you they're not going to just sacrifice themselves on the altar. They got to run. They got to go home to these. They got to tell these people no Christmas for your family because Elon said so. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to sell that. Good luck. And they said, fuck that.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at 'em.
too right. And I like the irony of it all as well. You know, like America and the UK have been going around the world just bit of conquering, bit of dropping a bomb here, there, and then this South African geezer comes along and says, "Yeah, I know, like you've been elected, but I'm going to tell you what to do now."
I wish it had been someone from Liberia, which was set up by the Americans or somewhere where if you were a slave and you wanted to go back to Africa, you could go back to Liberia. That's why the capital is called Monrovia, after James Monroe, who was a president of the United States. And that'd be good. But this is a white guy from a racist apartheid South Africa. He was born into apartheid, and he went to a private school in Pretoria. And his dad was fabulously wealthy because he owned an emerald mine. And the people working in his mine were black people who weren't paid very well or treated very well. In fact, they had no human rights whatsoever. Which is something that Trump, that's something that Elon Musk seems to want for the rest of us.
Better luck next time.
Yeah. I know. It would be interesting to see how far he would have got pulling this shit if he wasn't white.
Does he appear on your private school list?
He
Graham?
does. He's on privateschoolmafia.com. And people go, but it's supposed to be British people. I'm like, yeah, but there's some people who everyone knows, household names, and they should be on the list as well. We were just watching a British a comedy Christmas film, and literally everyone in the film, every single member of the cast was privately educated. And I'm sitting there going, they're on the list, they're on the list, they're on the list, they're on the list. It's
you must be fun to watch films with.
Politics of envy, mate. Politics of envy. Oh no, I'm terrible. I'm terrible for watching films with. What Catherine does, she actually pauses the film if I want to talk to her. She goes, "Do you want to talk to me?" And I'm like, "Yes." Do you want to tell me something? Yeah. So she pauses the film because she's deaf. She needs to watch the film. She needs to read the subtitles, so she can't do that while I'm rabbiting in her ear, going, "Well, actually, this was written by John Hughes, and he also did 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, and also The Breakfast Club, featuring Emilio Estevez, which was his real name. And even though his brother was Charlie Sheen, that wasn't his real name. It was really Carlos Estevez. And I'm going on like this, and she's just like, Graham Hughes, shut up! I want to watch the movie. And I'm like, okay.
Graham Hughes, a bucket of fun.
Bucket of fun. This was directed by Christopher Columbus. Not Chris Columbus. No, not Christopher. Chris Columbus. And he directed the Goonies, but also the first two Harry Potter movies. That went very good.
Making a note, don't go to the cinema with Graham.
Yes, absolutely. The other thing I do is I tell you what's going to happen at the end. Because I go, I reckon this is what's going to happen. I don't do it, ever seen the movie. I'm not a spoiler, but I go, I reckon that's going to happen. So just for the record, I think at the end of Wicked, I haven't seen the stage show, so if you've seen the stage show, no spoilers. I've only seen the film. I think that the Wizard of Oz is going to turn out to be the dad of the Wicked Witch of the West. And I also think that the Good Witch is going to go, after all that, telling you this whole backstory, I'm going to go and do nice things for animals. She's going to become like an animal welfare queen. Animal.
I reckon the Wicked Witch will get destroyed by having water thrown at her.
Yeah, there's a joke in Wicked about someone, like, it starts to rain and someone holds up an umbrella and says, well, when you're getting wet,
yeah.
Wink, wink to the camera. Wink, wink.
What, is she a gremlin?
Yes. No. If she was a gremlin, that makes more of them.
That makes them worse.
That's why you should, if you're ever pleasuring yourself and there's a gizmo in the room, a mogwai. You gotta not aim for the mogwai because it just makes more mogwais. Anyway, One Angry Pagan, thank you very much. Wayne's not a real southerner, says One Angry Pagan. I think that's fighting talk. Is that fighting talk?
One angry pagan's going to get a slap.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Wayne.
You do know I'll never be able to watch Gremlins ever again now. That vision in my head.
Just don't get them wet. Don't feed them after midnight. And don't expose them to bright light.
Graham's jizzing over Gizmo.
Jizzing over accidentally. Just happened to be sitting on the top of the bed. That was all. Anyway, we also got Gin Stitcher. Thank you very much to Gin Stitcher. £5 super chat. Thank you. It must be Christmas. Woo! Is there a way for residents in a state to force an election for a badly behaved congressman or a senator like what we have here? So in the UK, Mikey, if we have a really bad senator or not senator, MP, we can get a recall petition. So basically, they get told off by Parliament, and if their suspension is more than 3 weeks, is it 4 weeks?
3
weeks, right?
3 weeks.
If their suspension is more than 3 weeks, then that allows their constituents to put in a recall petition. They need 7,000 signatures or something on that petition, but you can usually get that because that's how many people would normally vote for the opposing party in any given constituency. And we've got rid of a few MPs that way. So is there a mechanism for that in America, Mikey?
It depends on the state. Every state has their own state constitution, and then it'll delineate how you can go about it. Some states, it's exactly like that. Some it's not. Sometimes
Texas is in. Don't they just shoot them if they want to replace them?
They have a
DD Plaza.
They just draw a line in Main Street. And then it's just pistols at dawn. 15 paces.
Senators, it's impossible to replace a senator, isn't it? They literally have to die, don't they? Or can the governor recall them?
High court judges. That's the one.
Right.
But they can be
Supreme Court judges. Sorry.
But they can be impeached. Like, I think everybody can be impeached. So if you do something so bad that people are bringing up charges on you and stuff like that, I think they can impeach you. Even if you're not like the president, it can happen.
They can
the presidential
impeach you and then re-elect you as president.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can impeach you twice.
Twice.
Tim Ballon, thank you very much for the £5, saying, I'm more of a southerner than Wayne. There you go. Another one, Wayne. There's these people who live more south than you. Everyone in France is more south than you, so, there's that.
It's a very Wayneist podcast.
In fact, the vast population of the planet is more south than you.
That's actually true. But
you're on the same line of latitude as Lake Baikal. That's how northern you are.
Looking at the panel we've got here, I think looking at lines of longitude and latitude, I think Mike's the most southern here.
You're in Brighton, aren't you, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the most southerner.
But I think one angry pagan proved the other week that he's considerably
Hang
southern.
on, isn't Mikey more southern than we are?
Yeah, I'm way more southern. I was just gonna let him finish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you're in Illinois.
Yeah,
I don't think
we're
you
on the
are.
same.
What
Are we?
Right, and I'm below Canada by like 600 miles. So
Yeah.
what latitude are you? Let's work out our latitude.
For-
Well, the
42?
the line between Canada and the UK, the
42 or
US,
44?
is the 49th parallel. Because there's a movie called The
I'm-
49th Parallel.
I'm doing live actual checks.
Okay,
Carry on.
while we're doing that, while Wayne is checking it, Mikey, we've got a question for you in the chat.
Yes, please.
Elon Musk, apparently, according to Charlotte, bless her, she's saying that he's just trying to eradicate government waste. Is that not commendable? You know, waste of money, like spending it on, I don't know, paying air traffic controllers over the Christmas holidays, paying veterans. I mean, if you think about it, the veterans have already fought for their country. Do you really
you
need to
gotta
give them
hope-
more money? You know, you've already
Well, you
paid
gotta
them
hope
for fighting.
that when he does this investigation, he's going to uncover, companies that are contracted to an organization like NASA,
Yeah, yeah.
haven't delivered on any of the promises that have been making for the last 8 years.
Oh, and maybe said that they would take people up to the International Space Station for what 20 billion or something, but actually they've charged them about 4 times that amount.
And using taxpayers' money to subsidize their sky satellites that they then cause trouble with around the world.
Oh, okay.
And and apparently having a
and
lower
subsidising every
security
car
clearance.
they sell as well. What about the cars
Yeah.
that they sell? And they get about $8 grand
Brilliant.
off the taxpayer per car.
Yeah.
That goes
There
into
you
tax.
go.
And the mega
There's a great
factories
way
that
to
he's
save
been
money.
building. Yeah, if they cut all that out, that would.
Let's.
that
Well,
would
I
be
think
quite an
that's where we
achievement.
should start. I think that's where we should start. No more tax credits for Teslas because that's a waste of money. People
is.
need to just not buy. Why do you need a Tesla?
No, you
Right?
don't.
Why don't you get a used Tesla that someone's already gotten the discount on already? Buy a used Tesla. That's what we
Also,
should tell
if
consumers.
people keep
no
buying
more, no more
Teslas, who's
EV
gonna
bonus.
use
Go ahead.
the oil that Trump's gonna start drilling?
Yeah.
Well, I
Drill,
mean,
drill, drill,
other-
baby.
I mean,
Thanks,
we
thanks.
They can't
already
take oil.
have- Ford has a huge government contract. Huge government contracts. Most police departments are either Ford or Dodge. So that's like, I don't know, 200 per district, 200 different cop cars that you're going to need. We have a large vested federal interest in Ford doing better than Tesla. So all the Ford EVs can have it and Tesla cannot. Like he wastes, like all of the wasted money that we waste is on him. He's collecting the money and then he's part of the waste. He's not doing anything for infrastructure. He's overcharging the American government to get them up into space. He's literally taken over the reins of every administration at this point that would limit him from completely just sucking everything out of this country. Like, this was the plan. It has nothing to do with waste. It's to stop all of those barriers from him just completely ingesting, our economy as in a gulp. Like this is how he does it. And he's
Not to make America great again, then.
he's there. He doesn't care
Oh.
about any. He doesn't
Oh,
care
you
about any.
naive soul!
He doesn't care
Yes,
about
I know.
any of that.
Well,
and again, this is that fuck around and find out.
I
Y'all
heard.
wanted Frankenstein's monster for president? Well, I don't know. He's got some sort of Tony Stark arc reactor in him, and he's not listening to commands anymore. Good luck. I'm fucking out. I'm out. Good luck. Control him, y'all.
Well, I heard that the WTO tariffs on grated cheese are higher than they are on non-grated cheese. So that's what he might have meant. Like, because grated cheese would become too expensive for anyone to buy, they'll have to make America great again.
Can I give Mikey his Christmas present early?
Fantastic.
Mikey is actually right. We're on the same line as Quebec.
There you
Yeah.
go.
We're on the same line as like permafrost and shit. The only thing keeping Britain warm is the circulating current in the Atlantic, that we also
The
call
jet stream.
Well, the jet stream slightly different. That's the warm air. The actual water is called something else. It's the circulating Atlantic current or something. But that is running out because of climate change. So it's going to stop, and then we're going to realise that we're on the same fucking line of latitude as fucking like Lake Baikal, which is frozen for half the year.
Stop talking with your witchcraft.
Lake Baikal is
Okay, well,
also the deepest lake in the world.
Hey,
when
Wayne,
that
you know-
happens,
when
How
that
deep
happens-
is your
Today,
lake? How deep?
Mikey, tell me
is
about this,
your-
but I've been investigating moving to Canada today with my partner because she's Canadian. But we're slightly concerned that Trump has declared it the 51st state.
Or
Whoa! That's
51st
no, that's
51st and
amateur.
52nd state.
51st and 52nd. How dare you? You have
Oh,
to
I'm
be,
sorry.
you have to quote him exactly, or else like ABC, he'll fucking sue you for $15 million. ABC, you big fucking babies. You
Yeah,
could
they
have taken
paid
that
as well.
case to
They
court,
paid.
and you paid it off. You big babies. I'm so
Oh,
sick of these
brilliant.
babies out here that are scared of him. God, babies.
We've got a couple of super chats come in. We've got Tim Ballon again. Thank you very much, Tim. It's very kind of you. Merry Christmas.
Tim.
Look at the waste from the Trump bill to support the independent music venues that went to the massively rich pop stars. Well, Trump's tax cuts that he wants to bring in will literally only help the top 5% of Americans. The other
300,000
95%
plus.
will have to pay more tax as a result of his so-called cuts.
And they're gonna and they're upping Social Security age.
Yes.
So Taylor Swift's on a win-win here.
And they're getting rid of Obamacare. They're going to tank Obamacare, aren't they? So that's
And they're getting rid of all of the regulations. So the healthcare companies are going to be like 2004, 2006 levels
what does that mean?
when they were extra predatory.
Okay.
But we fought them back. So like being on your parents' healthcare until 26, that's going to be gone. Having a pre-existing condition, that's going to be gone. So women, people with diabetes, people with chronic pain, all the insurance companies are going to drop you.
Wow.
And there will be no government mechanism to mandate that they keep you. That's part of the Affordable Care Act. That is Obamacare.
That is crazy, isn't it? So that's all got to go. And people voted for this.
That's one of the strongest provisions in the ACA is that they couldn't boot off people with pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. I saw the clip, Mikey, of someone saying, I'm so glad they're going to get rid of Obamacare. And they're like, don't you use the Affordable Care Act? And they're like, yeah, but that's the Affordable Care Act. I'm talking about Obamacare. And they're like, the presenter's like, it's the same thing. And the you can see the little cogs going around their head like, what? What? It's the same.
What's the history of it being called Obamacare? Was it one of those things like the Big Bang that the Republicans called it Obamacare because they thought it was bad?
Yeah,
and then it got
because he's a dirty Kenyan Muslim, you see. And if I say Obamacare, you see, then they'll tie it together negatively, you see.
All I can say is thank God I don't live in America. It's not that long ago since I found out I was type 2 diabetic as well. I had to go with my emergency spinal operation and my bad mobility, so I would be knackered.
And they just
I think a lot of us would be.
They just capped insulin.
Yeah.
But if you recall, the same summer or the same winter that Texas had that cold snap, and then people were freezing in their cars, because they privatized their electric grid and they privatized it. It went horribly wrong. But then that's when I forget what the lady's name was, but they had insulin at almost, so like for a person with type 2 diabetes, it would have been like almost $2,400 a month for their insulin.
That's
And
mental.
they were thinning out their insulin.
Wow.
But wasn't that when
they were doing that themselves? They were diluting.
Yeah, or taking, not
a
as
bit.
much.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne, just 1 second, because we have got another super chat come in. Ivan, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Wayne and me are joined. Wayne Essex, me Suffolk. So there you go. You're joined at the hip.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out that Billy Kershaw's gone too far. Billy Kershaw's gone too far in the chat. Taylor Swift, mime artist. Just saying. You take that back. You take that back, Billy. Anyway, sorry, Wayne, what were you going to say?
No, I'm going to go and get my fucking Deadpool kit on right now.
That's
Discovered
it.
the hill.
It's almost as bad as
hill.
saying that the Beatles are overrated.
This is the hill Graham
but
and
they
Wayne are willing to die on. Come on.
What was that, Wayne? What did you say? You better get your Deadpool kit on, mate, because we are going to war.
He likes The Muse. Don't listen to him.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Muse,
you-
the Muse.
Right,
And their
you can
one song that was
shut up.
half decent because it sounded like Radiohead. Would
Right.
have if they continued making stadium rock
Sorry,
instead
Wayne.
of disappearing into their own
Muse.
arseholes.
Sorry.
I swear to God, distance is your fucking greatest savior
Bing
right now.
bong, bing bong, bing bong, bongy bingy bing bong. It's like the fucking Mr. Blobby song. That.
It was pretty
What?
weak on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, pretty weak. Pretty weak.
You're talking
Novice level.
You're talking about Starlight, and that's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
housewife
Just-
music.
It is. It's just
Made
shopping mall
for
music.
and by
Yeah, housewives who
housewives.
believe in every conspiracy theory there is. In fact, call one of their albums or best ofs or B-side albums or whatever harp after the weather controlling device that lives in the North Pole,
First
along
of all,
with
harp
Santa.
First of all, harp is real, but harp can't control the weather.
I've got
doesn't
the
work
choice
like that.
here whether to show or hide a comment that's just come in saying Taylor Swift is shit. Most pop music is. I'm gonna show that because I want to name.
Hey,
there you go.
no,
Name
hey,
and
hey,
shame.
hey,
W.
no.
James, whoever you are.
Don't do it.
Wow.
Taylor Swift is
Change
shit. Most
change your
pop
profile.
music
Change
is.
your profile. Quick, change
Oh
your
no,
profile.
I've been doxxed now.
mean-
Disgraceful behaviour.
The Swifties are going to be upon you.
The
I'll say
Swifties are going
now.
to descend swiftly.
In the,
But
in the
they're
interest
circling.
of,
They're
in the interest
circling.
of supporting some of our subscribers and viewers here,
Yes, Go
I've
on.
never heard a Taylor Swift song.
yes, you have. Don't lie.
I couldn't tell you.
You
I
couldn't have
could
just.
not tell
Yeah,
a Taylor
you have.
Swift
You have
song.
definitely heard of Taylor Swift songs, even if just in
You've probably,
passing.
you've probably heard "Shake It Out." That's the one that I
Shake
can
it off. Shake it off. Not
Shake it
shake
off,
it
whatever.
out.
Even the
shake
even
and
the
vac, you
fanboys,
lemon.
even the fanboys don't know the names of it.
Christ.
Are you calling me? You calling,
Rub
are you
it
calling-
out. I think
are you
that's what
calling
it's
me a
called. Rub
Swiftie?
it out.
I'm saying you're a Tay-Tay fan, man.
It's fine, you know. Once you're 27, you just stop liking everything. That's it. You're like
Yeah,
whatever was good until this
Well, I've got-
age is the
okay,
only
right.
thing I'm ever going to like ever.
I've got-
La la
I've
la
got
la la.
30 years
I
on 30
And
years
great,
on that one.
and Graham, when I get to 27, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
How old's Taylor Swift?
She's
Who
35.
cares?
She was born on the was it the 14th of the 13th of
This really is turning
December
into the Swiftie
1989.
Wow.
There you go. You can look that up. I might be
Fanboy.
wrong, but I think it's the
This is
13th
like-
of December, 1989.
Graham's got
I mean,
a tattoo.
Yes.
A shrine behind the tree.
No, Taylor Swift has a tattoo of me. It's the other way around. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's true.
course.
It's true. You know Dave Rowntree from Blur, the drummer. He
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
came up to me at a anti-Brexit rally, and he said, "Oh, you must be Graham. Really lovely to meet you. I've wanted to speak to you
Sorry,
for a
I'm
while."
just-
And I was like, "Oh my god, this is Dave from Blur." It was the best moment of my life.
Just,
I mean, he might have been
just
winding me up, but you know.
catching that name drop.
Yeah, sorry. It was a mic drop,
gonna
a mic drop moment. And listen, we've got another couple of super chats in that I'm going to just have to say quickly, and then we'll let Wayne try and defend himself out of being a massive Tory who likes.
You're such a prick.
Tim Ballum, thank you very much. Daily Blase will be doing the Orange Jump Sweet Walk if he lived in the States. Yes, you would, I think. And One Egg Pagan, £2. Tay-Tay will never match up to Faruka Bulsara, which is Freddie Mercury's real name.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, let's put a little poll up, like Muse or Taylor Swift. Let's go.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Don't do it, Wayne. Don't
No,
do it.
Wayne.
no.
Wayne.
Step away from the ledge, Wayne.
No,
This is-
no.
You're doing it.
I'm ready to,
You're
I'm
doing
ready
it,
to dive
Wayne.
in.
This is
Wayne,
this
come
is your
back.
Joe Biden moment, mate.
Wayne,
sorry.
come back.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm going to
I'll
be really
let,
popular with the guys, you know.
I'm
yeah,
just gonna-
also, I'll
No,
let,
listen,
Okay.
Jack. Let me tell you the story.
I've started
No,
the
listen,
poll. I've started the
Muse.
poll. Taylor
looking at
Swift
the really-
or
Hey,
Muse?
here's the
Quickly,
deal.
vote
Here's the
now.
deal.
Vote now.
I'm looking
Taylor
to
Swift.
shake hands with someone. Anyone?
Hey, listen, Jack. The deal is here. Hey, listen. Hey,
just out of interest,
honestly,
are the two? Which one looked better dressed as a woman, Taylor Swift or Freddie Mercury? I want to break free.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who's the best with a Hoover?
Yes, exactly.
Very
you'd have
true.
stood more chance in this poll than the Muse one at the moment. Looking at the numbers,
We've got Tay-Tay on 36%. We've got Muse on 62%. So Muse is ahead
Wayne,
at the
you
moment.
can't stop.
I think Wayne's just voting.
Stop
over and over
refreshing
again.
your browser, Wayne.
Oh,
How are
he
you
just- he
doing
just
that with
keeps
both
voting.
hands in the air?
Stop voting.
stop the steal.
So people are voting with the Tory Wayne instead of
Graham, this is
now you're trying to sabotage me. You fucking
the Gin Stitch is saying it's going to end up 52 to 48. If it does, we'll stop the poll there because it'll be fucking hilarious. The infernal
Graham,
ratio. Yeah, go
what
on.
we're suffering from here is the classic left problem of you thinking an endorsement with Taylor Swift was going to be popular.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whereas Wayne is in touch with our audience in the way that Trump is.
And just out of interest,
Bum,
Wayne.
bum,
Oh.
bum, bum,
Wait,
bum,
if it's
bum, 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 bum. That's what Tom Bombadil sings, isn't it? It's the Tom Bombadil song.
Tom
Bum, bum,
Bombadil,
bum,
Tom
bum, bum, bum,
Bombadil.
bum. I've got orange socks because I'm Tom Bombadil. Sorry.
Just out of interest, Wayne. If it does end up between 52-48 for Muse, would you be happy for a second referendum, or would you say it's the will of the people?
I would
Or do we have
respect.
to
I would respect the will of the people.
Do we have to have 20 years of listening to nothing but Muse before
Yeah,
we're allowed
that's
to
it.
ask
Just
for a
over
Taylor
and
Swift
over again
referendum?
on repeat. Supermassive black hole. That's all you get.
Yes.
We're ending the show with Knights of Sidonia. No one's
Yes.
going to take me alive.
Yes, yes. You cannot ignore the will of 17.544 million
Okay,
people.
okay.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I've got to say that Fomox Chicken makes a really good point. I love Muse, but the last album I liked was Black Holes and Revelations. But the conspiracy theories lost me after that. I'm with them. I'm with Fomox Chicken on this because I think that was the last good album that they put out.
Yeah, to be fair, they've gone a bit avant-garde, which
Yes.
Radiohead also did.
Yes, the Radiohead went shit after 1997, and I'm happy to say it because they
Yeah.
did. I mean, look, Kid A and Insomniac are really nice if you just want to listen to B-sides and fall asleep, but they haven't got any absolute bangers on there. Do you know what I mean? And
Nah.
Yeah, listen to good bands, so good.
They're making music for themselves, and it's like that's not how you do it.
every song on the Bends is fucking amazing. Every song on OK Computer is fucking amazing as well. But
Graham,
yeah,
I think you need to be bigging up Taylor Swift a little bit. She's on 43% at the moment.
come on, vote for Taylor. A vote for
People
Taylor is
reasons
a
to
vote
vote.
for democracy.
Look at-
It's a vote for the EU. It's a vote for equal rights for women.
If you vote for Tato, you're basically voting for the Democratic Party, and look where they got.
I'll say, look.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
so
gonna say,
that
look
means
at
that if you're
poor
voting for
Kamala.
Muse, you're voting for Trump.
Ending of immigration.
Yeah.
No, you're voting
Musk.
for a centrist.
You're voting for
Exactly.
Musk.
Yeah, you vote Muse,
The
Musk.
shadow president.
Almost all the same letters there
There is only one letter in
There's
it.
only
so
one letter
Wayne's
difference.
revealing his love of the Musk.
of the Musk.
And it's K.
Or
which
Elon
is
Muse, as I like to
cash.
call him. Or Kalon Musk. No, that doesn't
No.
work. Kalon Muse. Oh, we've got one angry pagan who said he has to be loyal to his Devonshire fellows. So there you go. So he's
there you go.
voted for
A
the
Muse from
the
Devon.
Muse. Yeah, they are. They're from Devon.
But yeah, from Timor.
Yeah, they're from. It is 47-52. Who voted for the other? There is no other in this poll. How is it 47-52? It must be rounding up or rounding down weirdly.
Rounding error.
Right. So Muse is currently on 52%. Wayne, just need a
There
few
you go.
votes for Taylor, and then I'll stop the poll.
So you're basically vote rigging.
Ah,
Yes.
that's the way we should have done Brexit.
Stop the
That
vote.
would have been-
Stop the vote.
Of
Stop the.
of all the times to not cheat, man, people really just gas me up.
Once
There's-
again, it's
save yourselves,
another
for fuck's
it's
sake.
another identifiable problem with the left. We run a poll. We're famous for rigging the polls constantly.
Yes.
and then we just choose to make it this one lose
Yeah.
Right. Just lose so much for
We-
fucking election cheaters.
twice
Yeah,
this year. This is happening.
We rigged the poll when Trump was president, but we couldn't the election, but we couldn't rig
Have
it
you
when
know-
Biden was president. It's funny that.
Yeah,
isn't
have you noticed the complete lack of whinging about the rigged election?
it? Okay, I'm ending the poll. I'm ending the poll.
some.
I'm ending the poll. The final score was 50% Taylor Swift, 50% Muse. Everyone was right. Merry
well, that's
fucking Christmas,
sorted.
everyone.
Sorted that one out.
There you go.
Yes.
Everyone was right.
Recount.
And one day, everybody was right.
Hold up. We've got a
Oh, we've got a Tim.
We've got a wild Tim who's
A
appeared.
wild Tim has appeared.
Hello, Tim.
Hello,
Did I
Tim.
miss the memo? Did
wonder
I miss the
where his
memo
vote
about
would go.
hats? By the way, did it?
It's winter here.
Yeah.
Was there a message in the WhatsApp group that we all have to
Yeah,
wear a
you
hat?
need to wear a hat. It's Christmas. What's wrong with you?
No, but the thing is, Mike, you always look so well groomed. So what's the point?
He does look very well groomed.
Look like you have a wood stove
Yeah.
nearby.
Tim, hello. Hello, can you hear
Hello.
us? How
I
you
can hear
doing,
you,
mate?
yes.
Can you introduce yourself to the people who are watching at home?
Yeah, hi, my name is Tim. I'm on the BIN
What's
network with Mikey and Wayne. I'm an American political scientist.
I'm sorry.
I'm an American.
No, I heard
political
what you said. I was just saying sorry. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-ch.
Oh.
Sorry, it's not been great, has it? Jesus.
No,
I don't know. Maybe you like Trump. I don't know you. Tell me you don't like Trump.
I don't.
Oh, good. Okay, you're
Denounce-
welcome. You're welcome.
Trump.
You are welcome. Mi casa es su casa, as they say. But yes, and only Mike can afford heating, says Tim, which is a good point. It's fucking freezing in here.
Got rid of the
Hang
oil
on,
and
hang on,
gas
sorry.
tax.
Sorry. Did One-Eyed Willie just turn up?
He did.
No.
How they get away with that, eh? One-eyed Willie. Anyway. So how do you know Mikey, Tim? How do you know Mikey? Because Mikey's brought you on.
I know him from the BIN network. I've done a whole bunch of podcasts with him and Wayne. We met during the pandemic. I was a guest on another show that he did.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you gotta be on all the shows.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant. And where are you based? Whereabouts in the Americas are you?
I live in the state of Connecticut.
Connecticut. The capital of Connecticut is Hartford.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes! Do I win the quiz? No one knows that. Who knows that? Like, literally,
What?
no one knows.
No.
No. Did you just win a quiz that you just invented?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
invented the
won.
quiz.
Yes,
And I
he's
won
the
it.
bullseye
Is it-
speedboat.
Yes.
He's rigging the polls.
I'm rigging the
staging
polls.
quizzes that he doesn't
Rigging the
tell us
quizzes.
about,
Yeah.
keeping the prizes.
So Tim, it's Connecticut's quite a blue state, isn't it? It's quite sort of
Yeah, we're a
moderate.
pretty blue state. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's the feeling there? How are people feeling? Are they like just being sick everywhere? Is everyone just walking around vomiting on the floor? What's happening? Oh, I think Darren's just gone to vomit. Shit, come back. No, he's all right. He's all right. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on, Tim.
The general feeling is dismay, I would say. Like people are pretty down about Trump winning. Like in Connecticut, we're not a state that decides anything. We're a blue state and we don't have that many electoral votes. So, we kind of feel helpless for the most part when it comes to presidential politics.
But I mean, how many electoral college votes do you get for the president?
7.
Half of
7.
one
That's
vote.
all right. It's better than
It's
fucking
okay.
Wyoming.
It's
They only
okay.
get
I
2.
mean, we're not California, but
Yeah.
our problem is our politics sometimes get hijacked by New York because
Right.
Because you're like on the East Coast, aren't you? So you're one of the- yeah.
So can
I
the
get
New
that.
Yorkers go fuck themselves? Is that what you're saying?
kind of a little
Yeah?
bit. Yeah.
Are you trying to start a civil war?
Yes,
I
I am.
mean,
Can I
during-
ask, is New York included in New England? It's not, is it?
No.
No.
And
So
a lot
the New
of
England states
the
are the northeastern
a
states.
lot
are
of the
main
New
states.
England states don't consider Connecticut to be in New England, but we are.
Ooh,
No,
I
you're
didn't
not.
know that was a bone of contention. I always like bones of contention.
A lot
They're not.
All-
They keep saying it, but they're not.
Yeah, all the New England states think that New England ends at Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Oh.
it does, and you're not fucking part of it.
Oh, Mikey's,
Get out of our
Mikey's
club.
getting very territorial here.
He doesn't
Hang
do
on, but
that.
Mikey, you're in Illinois. That's like miles away.
No,
You're like
Yeah,
halfway
I'm
to
not.
California.
Beginning.
no, I'm at least 1,000 miles away. I could care
Yeah.
less.
We're
I just
witnessing,
want him out of the club,
Couldn't
damn it.
care less. They actually
we're
correct the
witnessing
character in
beginning
the
of
movie.
Civil War, Graham.
In the movie Wicked, a character is corrected for saying "I could care less," and they say it's "I couldn't care less," and I cheered. I actually stood up out my chair in the cinema and went "Woo!" and then I had to sit down again.
I'm
'cause
pretty
everyone
sure I
looked at me.
said that, and then you just.
Oh, okay.
misheard me.
All right, you did say it.
Like I'm fairly certain I did say couldn't. Like
Okay. Good, but continue to say it. Good. Anyway, so Tim,
All right.
So-
Aye, Captain.
before you came on, Tim, did you see any of the show before you came on? Do you know what we've been talking about?
I caught bits and pieces.
Okay, so we've been talking about Elon Musk basically telling your country what to do and telling your
President
your
Musk.
government to shut down. This is a foreigner, this is an immigrant to your country, telling the government to shut down, and the government said yes, okay. Is that
Well,
not
that's
a little
that's
bit weird?
it is, but it's also expected because the House Republicans are just not a political party. They're the worst. They're children. They're
It's a
children.
box of ferrets, dude.
Yeah.
It's a box of ferrets.
Here's the problem is that half of them don't want to be told what to do, and the other half follow Trump like children. So it's a box of cats down there. You can't even the Republican Senate, they're like, we don't own those people. Like, we don't want to be associated with them. It's really, our Congress is a mess. That's really what's going on. And Elon sort of exacerbated that.
Tim, how long? I was gonna say on the show live today. I wanted it on the record. I'm putting a 30-day timer on MAGA Mike. They're gonna fucking throw his ass out with the
oh yeah,
him and the Christmas.
I'm not taking that bet. I'm not taking that bet.
January 9th, he's gone. It only takes.
I saw a report today, Mikey, where they were suggesting Elon Musk to be to lead Congress,
to run. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, to be the House Speaker. I heard that
because apparently you don't have to be a representative, do you, to be the Speaker?
No, they just have to vote you in. They just have to vote you in.
Yeah,
but don't forget. It only takes one vote to fucking bring up this to challenge the speaker. Challenge the speaker. And it was so funny when they did it before. But then Matt Gaetz pulled it on them, and then Matt Gaetz is absconded it after he just made waves.
He's gone.
All the shit.
Yeah, they
released the report on him yet?
The report.
Yeah. We're waiting.
They voted
probably
to do
Christmas Eve. Come on, Christmas Eve. That'd be a good present.
But will it result in a prosecution or anything, or just?
Nah, it'd be civil. It'd be civil.
I'm sure they would turn over. I'm sure they would turn over their evidence to authorities if they found actual crimes. Like, they would be bound to. I'm sure, to the DOJ.
Because I don't think they can. I don't think they can release their findings until they have like a permission to release their findings. You know. So.
Because the other thing is, Elon Musk has also said that anyone that kind of stands against him, he's going to primary him and like chuck loads of money against him. Yep. So it's just an absolute shite show.
That's why we said correctly 1,000,000 times over, get money out of politics.
Yeah.
Because look what's happening.
Yeah.
The richest person in the world, the Eye of Sauron itself, has focused itself on our little country.
100%.
And now
I bought it. I mean, Elon Musk has bought your country.
To be fair, the next Prime Minister of Great Britain was over there chatting with Musk in Mar-a-Lago this week.
Don't say that, Mike.
Yes,
don't,
he is.
Mike, don't do it.
Yes, he is.
Come on, Wayne. You know we want him to win, really.
Oh no!
Just imagine.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving the country if he becomes Prime Minister. I'm leaving the country.
Yeah, but where do you go? Everywhere's turning to the right, Graham.
Ginger Island.
Yeah, we'll pin you
down. We're all going to
I'm about to say, fair enough. He does have his own fucking island, right?
Do I have my own fucking island? See you there.
When World War III turns out to be Ginger Island versus the rest of the world.
Yes.
Mouse Road. And Graham would be there with his population going, stop the boats.
Stop the boats. Stop the boats.
Stop the boats. Unless you've got bags of sand.
Yeah. We could do with some more sand.
The sandbagger priority is still in effect.
So yeah.
What's your immigration process?
Putting this up in his local Premier Inn.
Wow.
I'm so glad that Ginger Island has a Starbucks that's unionized. You know, like that's what that's when I know we're making progress.
One thing for certain, there won't be Witherspoons on Ginger Island. That's for certain.
No, God, no. Did anyone see? Did anyone see the Amazon people getting questioned in Parliament this week?
Parliament.
Did anyone see this? So this was
Yes.
Amazon representatives, and they kept being asked this one question over and over again. They were going on about how great Amazon is as a company to work for, and they were like, "Well, why have all these workers going on strike?" And they just wouldn't answer the question. It was just absolutely freaking bizarre. And in the end, they said, "Oh, we don't have the information on that, so we'll have to submit a written answer."
Worst PR people ever to sit in front of the Conference Committee. Their answer, it was like, why were there 10,000 ambulances called out to Amazon warehouses this year? And the answer is, many of our employees say how much they love working for Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How much they love dying for Amazon. Yeah.
They're like automatons. They're like pre-programmed with like deflect and deny.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is that woman who got the job with Twitter? You know, the one who took over as CEO of Twitter when Musk bought it.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just bizarre.
Yeah, what's her name?
She's just
Did you-
fucking
But she's
Linda
gone-
something. She's
gone
weirdo.
very quiet, hasn't she?
Did you watch?
Batteries ran out.
Did you watch the union representatives that were there at that same business and trade select committee meeting before the representatives of Amazon?
Were they union reps?
Yes, what they had to say was very, very interesting. You know, yeah, because like one of the, I think she was GMB, she wrote out a long list. You know, when they were sort of like trying to, I've forgotten what they call it, you know, to get a vote to represent the workforce of Amazon, they lost by 28 votes.
I'd be a rep, like union rep.
You sort of like representation, whatever. I've forgotten the term they use now. It just escaped me. But they made it extremely difficult. There was messages all around the place saying that they will only speak for you if you pay them.
Oh, the Teamsters Union.
This was GMB, TUC, I think the other young woman was, and some of the stories the injuries that they had there. There were a bloke practically worked his fingers to the bone that he's done his back in, to a point where he used to cycle into work. Now he can barely get on a bus, 10-hour shifts, and it was just shocking. And it's what the tales they were telling. They wouldn't allow them to use teleprompters. They were only allowed one meeting with the workforce, while at the Amazon they had 5. They were only allowed 1, and it was about 45 minutes. They weren't allowed teleprompters, just one teller, and he said it was a large room, so not everybody's going to read it.
That's shocking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But not surprising.
Yeah. Oh, of course it is.
We've got Yoni. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Thank you, Yoni. Finland and Ginger Island against the Amazonians. Why would we want to fight the Amazonians? I quite like the Amazonians.
Yeah.
Single-breasted warrior women. They can stay.
I think she means. Cool. Didn't she mean Bezos?
Yeah. The thing is, I reckon if it does all go tits up and Graham becomes our grand high ruler, he's not gonna recognise unions.
Yeah,
I'm a scouser. You want to live here? Get to work.
I'm not a slave driver, mate. It's not my style.
Which Taylor Swift song will be the national anthem of Ginger Island?
That's a good question.
We're going to have Muse Uprising.
Blank space. No.
The
Muse's band.
Shake it up,
don't you start,
shake
Tim.
it off. I don't know. Say
Muse's band. That's the first band.
The thing is, I might make a rule that the national anthem can only be 1 year old, and then we have to write a new national anthem, because after 1 year, I'll be sick of hearing the same fucking song. Honestly, coming up to Christmas, I'm getting in such a bad mood because I'm hearing these songs. Because every year, the first 16 years of my life, a new Christmas song came out. And then in the mid-90s, all the music people in the world got together and said, let's never, ever make another Christmas single ever again. And they said, well, can we make shit ones that disappear and no one listens to? Yeah, you can make them, but we're not going to have one that ever appears on anyone's Christmas compilation CD that they play in Woolworths or whatever shops are called these days. And so, as a result, I've heard those songs from the first 16 years of my life. I must have heard each one of them at least 17,000 times. And it's fucking torture at this point. I'm like, oh, thanks for playing, Last Christmas by Wham. I've only heard this, hundreds, thousands of times before. Thanks. I don't know. You might call me a Grinch for being like this at Christmas, but
you're a Grinch.
I just hate old music. I think once music's 6 months old, we should destroy it.
I think the Grinch had it right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I do.
He's the real anti-hero of the movie. Like, if you really look at what he was trying to, the capitalist bonds that fucking city had, he freed them. You know what I mean?
He freed them from their capitalist and slavery.
They were just addicted to fucking shit.
I think you might be overanalyzing it a bit.
No.
How dare you step on my
I'm
joke.
with Mikey on this, and the Grinch is the Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah. Hate.
Free
Double hate. Loathe entirely.
Free them from their capitalist bonds.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Wow.
But yeah, let's just stop with the old music. I'm sick of hearing it. It's fine. If you want to go out and seek it yourself, okay. But it's just someone sitting there going, "Oh, I think it's the same people
Are
who
you
play really loud
including-
music
are
in
you
their
including Away in a
cars."
Manger?
Yeah,
Viking
fuck that
Winters
shit.
or
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah. To be fair, my favourite Christmas song is Father Christmas by Greg Lake. I just love the guitar work. I just think it's absolutely excellent. That's about it.
But if you move to Ginger Island, you'll be locked up. If you try and listen to that.
For crimes against musicality.
Crimes against popular music. Graham will have a machine just churning out pop music every day.
Yeah, but it's drop D tuning. So
drop. You can't beat drop D tuning.
Exactly. But me and Wayne are on the same wavelength.
But Radiohead were onto this in their single "Pop Is Dead," which came about the Pablo Honey time of their life, and they actually had a line: "Pop is dead. It died a death from back catalogue," and that's what I feel like we're in at the moment. This is why there's no new bands, and everything sounds like everything else.
There's no new bands because there's no new market. Exactly.
Dude, everyone's too busy listening to shit from 30 years ago.
But dude, you can't dude, if I got exactly. So if I get a show at the House of Blues, my friends are gonna have to pay like almost 60 fucking bucks to fucking see me. You know what I mean? Because these fucking tickets, everything's been taken over. All the venues have been taken over. So if you don't go with Ticketmaster for all of your shit, then they'll give you none of their shit, and it's fucked. So they don't have little local acts up on stage making a lot of fucking racket anymore. Like they don't there's no intermediate level anymore. They got rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Play in your house, or you need to sell out a stadium.
I totally agree with that, and I totally concur with the ticket price thing, because I didn't go to the last Muse tour because the ticket price is like $100.
Oh, sorry.
The Muse.
Right, Tim, don't you fucking start as well. Right.
I believe it's pronounced.
They're called the Muse Brothers from Devon.
He said the Muse tour. He was was referring to the tour, not the band. In Wayne's defense,
the Muse Brothers.
Although we've got
folk group from Devon.
We've got some dissent from one angry pagan in the chat. I don't even do Christmas, but I'm pretty sure. Thank you very much for the super chat, though. Merry Christmas. Pretty sure the darkness is from the noughties. And Corey Taylor, Corey from Slipknot. Hello, I'm Corey from Slipknot. That's the way he talks normally. Did an epic Christmas tune. Just saying, they don't play it on the speakers in Sainsbury's when you're walking around. You do not hear Slipknot. You do hear fucking that Paul McCartney song.
No, but Elton John and Ed Sheeran did one, didn't they?
Yes, that doesn't really get played. Do you know what I mean? It's all Slade and Mariah Carey.
Who did the song about sausage rolls? I heard that one.
Oh, that was Lad Baby, and it was just it was an old song that they just changed the words to.
So I've actually been over. I've been over your neck of the woods a couple of times for Christmas. Ireland, not England, but
okay.
You guys do have different Christmas music than we do have in America.
Really?
Yeah, it's different.
What do you have in America?
Destiny's Child.
I mean, most of our Christmas music in America is
check
Mariah
your tone,
Carey.
Wayne. Check
Hang
your
on.
tone,
Are
Wayne.
you telling me they don't have Fairy Tale of New York in New York?
In New York.
I don't
live in New York.
You don't hear it usually, no.
The thing is, Fairy Tale in New York is the most un-Christmas song ever.
No, it's not. It's as a Christmas.
The most British Christmas song. It's the most British Christmas song.
Yeah,
it is pretty British.
Yeah,
it's about a complete bitch fight between a couple, and
and you get to the lyric,
"You cheap bastard."
Faggot.
Yeah.
I heard that probably.
If we weren't demonetized before, Daily Blase has just demonetized us. Just announced that. You can't say the F words. That's F word.
Actually, Wayne, you're the only one that hasn't tonight.
I said it the other week. I was talking about smoking, and I said, they throw the cigarette butts. We call cigarette something else, and the YouTube algorithm picked it up and said, "You can't say that."
You mean them small Scottish pork things that are called
yes, or you just said it again. It's brilliant. If anyone wants to drop a super chat in for the fact that we've been using the F word,
it's so weird that as an American, as an American, it's so weird that you guys have this knee jerk about like accidentally say we got over that in like 2000. Catch up.
What's the knee
Damn,
jerk?
Over
What?
what?
the
what?
dirty Americans
Over what?
have outpaced you. We stopped using the F word back in like 2000.
No, but we use it for something else, Mikey. We use it for
We stopped
cigarettes.
using it for everything.
No, you use it specifically to demonize gay people. We used it for cigarettes, but on the YouTube algorithm, it thinks that we're demonizing gay people.
Or a pork
I
product.
understand.
Or a pork
all I
product,
gotta
or
say
a
is-
bundle of twigs.
Yeah, all I can say is, Wayne, cheers for saying it now. I don't feel half as guilty.
But Leap Shin in the chat has just said something really, really important, right? This is really important, and you know, this time of year we've got to think of this kind of stuff, right? Lad Baby was utter fucking shite. There you go.
Well, there you
Merry
go.
Christmas, everyone.
That's resolved.
And to
Yeah.
all
That's
the
resolved the
gobshite.
Christmas #1 debate.
Can we all just come together in our hatred of Lad Baby at this time of year?
Who's lad, baby?
Yeah,
I
and
don't even know what
Paul,
you're talking about.
Paul is saying that Fairy Tale in New York is very Irish. You mean?
It
Well-
really
It
is.
could be it could be, yeah.
Well,
I mean, they
it-
play it all the time.
It could be, but don't forget Shane McGowan is on my private school mafia list. He went to school in England and he went to a private school,
Did you really?
and that's how we got a deal to be a record singer.
If only there,
with
was
those
a list of all of the people that went to
Yes.
private school available on the interweb.
Yeah.
That would
Some
be really
sad,
useful.
nerdy, obsessive
Yeah.
compulsive weirdo had remembered all the
Graham,
names.
I think you should get on it.
Yeah, and just points at people going,
Just hire somebody to do it.
like
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland
Right.
at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I just
Yeah.
see one on the TV and I go,
Private school.
private bloody school. Shane says, what about the story of Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, which we haven't mentioned? Starr's got 2 hours, but
Yeah, they had a little reunion.
they had a little
didn't they?
reunion on
Discovered
stage last night in London at the
they-
O2.
Yeah,
And well,
Chris-
Gel.
Chris Moyles was there because he was talking about it on his show this morning.
Chris Moores was there and I wasn't. That's not made me feel better.
And then he did his show.
That's like
absolutely
finding out my
twatted.
ex-girlfriend's gone out with some twat from school who I hated. Why would you tell me that? I hate that. I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
Graham, everyone of your ex-girlfriends went out with a school you hated.
We've all been out with your ex-girlfriends. bro.
I don't hate you guys, though. You know? You're all right. You're all right.
I thought we all agreed not to tell him, but okay.
Well, what can I say?
Just don't go on Tinternet.
Yeah. Ruth is saying there's no such thing as British. Well, there you go. No such thing as British. And Yoni says, I'm back. Taylor Swift got the most sampling theorem right in that vid. A banger clip too. I don't know what you're talking, which particular clip you're talking about, but yeah. Taylor Swift made $2 billion out of a tour. That is just an insane amount of money. It's quite
And
frankly
her,
insane.
her and Beyonce also caused economic strife in a certain few countries.
Which means
Here's a
economic
question.
strife.
Based on, go on,
Careful,
sorry.
Wayne.
No, because
Careful, Wayne.
because of the policing that they had to put around certain venues and whatnot. The countries were so like I think it was Finland was the last one.
Yoni's in Finland. Finland, did Taylor Swift coming to your country cost the Finnish taxpayer money?
It sounds like
Or
Taylor
is-
Swift is
Is
like
Wayne
the Olympics.
talking out of his ass?
No. It was a thing. It was like a massive news story.
I thought it was the
Blank
opposite.
space.
I thought,
Blank space video.
I thought they were in every country. Her PR company were pinning the numbers on the amount of money they were bringing to each economy.
She gave money to homeless charities in Liverpool.
There you go.
So, you know,
And
yeah,
then the
but-
chaos.
much better
erupted.
than any other
so
fucking
based-
billionaires done for me recently.
Graham, based on the title of this this chat about Elon Musk,
Yeah, so you can fuck off.
Kamala wins, and
Yes.
Taylor Swift buddies up to her and hangs out with her constantly, and then shuts down the US government. Just
Shuts
before
down the US
Christmas.
government for shit and giggles to just cancel Christmas
Are
for
you
a bunch
on
of people.
Team Kamala and Taylor? basically,
No,
when they
no.
do it?
I'm very
And-
disloyal, you know? I'm
So
very
it's ju-
disloyal.
it's
If
all
someone
billionaires
does something
Yeah.
epically cunty, I will drop them like a hot stone. They're gone.
Good.
They're
Yeah.
out of here.
Morals like
And the
sorry.
49ers become the national team of America.
There's plenty more knobheads where that came from. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
It's
8
like the,
8 billion people on the planet. You don't have to fixate on one of them.
But
Stephen Fry letting us all down this week.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently you shouldn't let hurty words be hurty. This comes from a man who once ran away out of the country because he was given a bad review for one of the plays that he was in. But don't let hurty words be hurty. And he's also condemned Stonewall as well.
He's always pretty much,
rich.
as far as I can remember, topped the poll of people that would be elected president of Britain if we got rid of the monarchy.
Yeah, that's why I don't think we should have an elected monarchy.
Exactly, because we'd have been stuck with him.
It would be him or Farage.
Yeah, I have to say, Mike, I would be the same with Graham on that, with Taylor Swift, but I would have to leave it for an hour and a half just to troll my gammon friends.
Just
to
an
wind
hour
them
and a
up.
half.
An hour and a half exactly. It's just like,
Exactly.
hang on. Right? No, she's a bitch.
That's the most like calculated analysis of what you're gonna do.
just the right amount of time. To
What can I say? I'm a football fan.
Perfect.
What can I say?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
No,
You get trolled. You get trolled every Saturday.
Yeah, I'm a City fan. What else can I do?
Yeah,
I'll just troll them. I'll just say, well, you know what I mean. She's good for it. She's paid for it, and you see the steam coming out their ears. Then after about an hour and a half, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's a bit of a silly thing to do. Totally agree.
Yeah, move on.
Can I ask a
Move-
question? Can I ask a question to my friends across the pond?
Yeah,
Of course.
Have you started Elon proofing your government yet? You
No.
don't have a lot of time.
Not
No,
a chance.
I've written to my MP and I've written to all the people I know in the Labour Party, telling them
The what?
the Labour Party, telling them to they've got to do something immediately about this, about party donations. There is
need
no
to put
reason
something on the books.
at all why someone from another country should be allowed to give that much money to Nigel Farage to become our next prime minister.
That's just the beginning of it.
Can I just correct Wayne?
Be the start.
Can we come back to this in a moment? Can I firstly correct Wayne, because that sounds like fun? Because Yoni, who's from Finland, has been on the internet. Tay-Tay's visit to Finland generated 848 million krona in tourism revenue.
Oh, Krona. Hold on. That's
And
$84.
then,
Yeah,
$81 million.
That's
And then,
$84.
and then
$87, I think, Mikey.
Damien Pritchard, thank you very
43
much.
cents.
Thank you very much to Damien Pritchard for the super chat. Plymouth How got blocked because How is ? What's Plymouth How? Is that a football team?
Yes.
It's a part of a bit of land.
It's a bit of land called the Plymouth. Is that a bit like
Plymouth
Scunthorpe?
Hoe.
Scunthorpe kept on getting blocked on the internet because it's got a rude word in the middle
the way
of
it's
it.
spelled.
Yeah.
You should try having my
Same
name
with Clitheroe.
registering for anything.
Yes, Mike. Who is it that you dick exactly?
It's a good job your last name's not Hunt.
Yes, it could
Let's
be
do it.
worse.
Let's go with it.
Yeah. Get your name changed by
57
default.
57 years, nobody's ever told a joke about my surname.
Really? Oh, I'm so glad I
really?
was the first one to do that, Mike.
Straight enough, when I went to school, we had prefects, and our head prefect was called Peter Enos. So you can guess what we used to call him then.
Jesus
His
Christ.
parents definitely didn't like it.
We had a
would they
Mr.
do that?
Lunt.
Name him Mark.
We had a Mr. Lunt who's the top of the L was always filled in. And we also had a guy called Mr. Chicken who was from Sunderland. I mean, if you're going to be called Mr. Chicken, don't be from Sunderland. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
Because they say chicken in a very strange way. Anyway, Wayne, what were you saying? Wayne? Wayne.
I've
Wayne.
lost my train of thought.
Oh my God! Just take it.
I do have this effect on most people.
Mr. Chicken is so funny.
We were talking about paying for taking over our parliament, like Elon Musk giving 100 million to the Brexit party and them taking over parliament.
No, to be fair, that should be classed as like international political interference. Surely, it's not.
Yeah, but there's no law against this sort of stuff. Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah,
illegal.
What we have is
Brexit-
conventions, lots of conventions, and then there's a
The
lot of
Reform
ways around
Party is Reform Party Limited. It's a limited company
Yeah,
limited by
it is. Yeah,
guarantee.
It's not.
They only have to change status and sell. Well, I think there are 16 controlling shares in the company.
Well,
So if Musk buys 8 of them for 100 million, it's a perfectly legal thing for him to do.
What are your campaign finance rules when it comes to corporate donations?
They're pretty good. They're not bad. They're a lot better than America.
It's got to be a percentage of your how much money you make, isn't it?
And it has to be full disclosure as well. You can't you can't hide it.
I don't think there's a limit on it.
Well, no, there's hidden. How would you know? Limit. It's hidden.
No, that's what I mean. They just bung them a little bit of money, and you have to declare all of it.
Yeah, which is why the Led by Donkeys people, who are a campaign group in the UK, Tim, who like do they do stunts, and one of the stunts they did is they put up Christmas lights in Nigel Farage's constituency of Clacton, and the Christmas lights spelt out how much he's made as on the side, as well as being an MP in the last 6 months since he was elected. And they had it all up in Christmas lights for everyone to see.
And the fucker ain't been there for like 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not been there.
The thing is, I don't see this Labour Party doing anything about this.
No, they're too like.
The problem is if they try and introduce a law, then immediately it will be demanded that trade union money is included in it, basically. Yeah, and the Labour Party is entirely propped up by trade union subscriptions. So,
that's what they.
Yeah, but all you need to do is put a cap on it. That's all you need to do. Just say this is the maximum amount that one organisation or company can give to you, and that there can't be any workarounds on this.
Or switch it to the fact that you can only be publicly funded. That's it.
Yeah, publicly funded, and you get a set amount based on how many MPs, councillors, and members you've got. And that
we have that in Connecticut. We have a public financing of our statewide campaigns.
That's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
All of our state legislature candidates and our governor, they can apply for public financing. They have to raise a certain amount of money, like a percentage of their total money they have to raise themselves. But after that, they get a grant, and then they can't raise any more money after that.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Really the other thing that I would say, especially with local politics, get rid of this whole deposit thing, because that prices out so many people, and it also encourages people to, if you've got a candidate that's willing to take your coin and is going to shill for you, they're going to take your money because they get the deposit paid for them. If it's just a case of, do you know what, I'm a local person, I want to stand for my constituency or my ward or whatever it may be, can I please do it?
Yeah, but it's I mean, to stand as an MP, it's 500 quid, and you get it back if you get you get 5% of the votes. I don't really have a problem with that. They do it to stop frivolous people writing their name in just because it's free.
You have 1 million people on every ballot.
You gotta have like a stake in it. I'm someone who stood and lost their deposit as an MP. I don't mind that. Because otherwise, you just have millions of people writing their name down.
What do you guys mean? What do you guys mean by deposits? What is that?
So to stand as an MP,
you put £500 down against you running, and if you get,
I see.
If you get a certain number of votes, certain percentage of the vote, over a certain percentage of the vote, you get that deposit back.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen in America. You can run for office, just by filling out the form and maybe paying the application fee. Like that's it. There's no,
this is why someone's put like the cap forward, haven't they, in certain states for positions in the states? There was nothing in the state constitution saying it had to be a human.
Right. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Just to update you guys, the U.S. House of Representatives is currently voting on that government funding bill, and it looks like the Democrats have bailed out the Republicans.
What?
Really?
Of course I have.
Really?
It looks like
it's pork barreling, isn't it? I mean, they're just
fucking dickheads. Right, hang on. We'll come back to this, Tim. 1 sec, because Yoni put a €5 in. Thank you very much for the euros. Merry Christmas, Yoni. Russians have been buying the Tories for ages. It'll be hard to find laws against that. But we can find laws, and the Tories aren't in power at the moment. Anyway, Tim, sorry, back to you. Tell us what's happening.
So it looks like all the Democrats are voting yes on the funding bill that'll fund the government through March, and about 30 Republicans have still voted no. So I think
What's,
the problem
more importantly, what's President Musk said about it?
Yeah, I think the problem here is going to be there's about 30 Republicans in the House of Representatives who are going to be a problem, and they're only going to have like a 2-vote majority. So the Democrats are probably going to have to bail the Republicans out a lot.
But what are the Democrats getting out of this? Because it's just gonna
they're gonna get their way. They're gonna get what they want, and they're probably going to force a lot of things to be more moderate than Trump would like or Musk would like.
Musk appears to be in favor of it, looking at his latest tweet. So.
They did not include raising the debt ceiling in this little deal they made here, so Trump's gonna have to deal with that while he's president.
Was the main thing.
This is gonna sound to Tim and Mikey a complete like no show. But do you remember the Fast Show when they did a parody of Mr. Ed and it was Mr. Dead? That was that's basically Biden right now. Yeah. They're just basically propping him up and just using like
he's nowhere to be seen.
Weekend at Bernie's.
No, he was doing interviews with independent media. You know, after he lost the entire election for the country and threw us off an entire fucking cliff. Now he wants to be personable with YouTubers. Dumb fuck.
So has the vote gone through? Has the vote gone through? Because I'm just updating on CNN.
Yeah, it looks like the yays have it. So right now it's 349 to 32. So yeah, the vote's almost finished. This is what it's going to be like.
Vote.
This is what it's going to be like in America for the next 4 years: is squabbling over stupid shit. We shouldn't have to do this.
I don't think they're going to I don't think they're going to survive the midterms. If this is how it's going to be, they're not going to make it. And this is why I was telling everybody, progressives, now is the time to find your people. These people are going to be double pissed because they voted for the guy to fix all their problems, and their problems got worse. And the Democrats.
But did they vote for him to fix the problems, or did they just vote for him because he'll kill everyone who they don't like?
You are the one who is afraid of everyone killing everybody.
Yeah, that's what I think he's going to do. Because they've said he's above the law. And that's what most dictators do. They just kill everyone. That's what most dictators in history do.
But the other thing is there's infighting so much with progressives now. They're all trying to set up. I've got the biggest dinkle. You know, they're all doing it.
No, Pierce Morgan. They're not doing that. I think Cenk and Anna have just gone Republican. That's the only change in the progressive landscape. They're just as willing to call it the Democrats as the Republicans. They always have been.
Yeah, but you had Cenk and Hassan in the same room, battering each other's heads, and like Cenk turned around and said, "No, I'm to the left," and I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, bro!"
I just gave you that point already to start the conversation. That's the only people that have done that.
Yeah, but the thing is that's the starting point. And
Joe Scarborough.
Joe Scarborough. God.
Yeah, Joe Scarborough. He went down to Mar-a-Lago, didn't he?
Well, here's the problem with Joe Scarborough is he was a neocon Republican for most of his life. Yeah. And then he joined MSNBC as a Republican, hates Trump, and switched parties. I think he's an independent. I don't even think he's a Democrat. And he has a previous friendship with Trump. Like him and Trump were buddies. Mm-hmm. And so he railed against Trump when he thought it was politically advantageous for him to do so. Yes. But now that Trump has won, he's got to go back to kissing the ring.
Yeah, and Mika went down to Mar-a-Lago just a couple of weeks ago, didn't they?
Yeah, Mara Scarborough. Mara Scarborough.
That's why Farage should hang out. Same thing with fucking Zuckerberg went down there. Bezos went down there. They all went down there to give their $1 million check in cash. And or the check in person, and he's doing that because he wants to see their face when they bend the knee. He wants them to personally deliver the check.
And the thing is, that's what Musk wants as well. So Musk is making those connections happen for Trump, and he's bringing those people in to humiliate them. You know, because Musk and Trump have been humiliated by both of their elite billionaire sets.
Well, and
they're just reversing it.
That
Well, just before you go on, Damien Pritchard has dropped in a £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Damien. What are your views on Trump privatizing the USPS, the US Postal Service? Tim.
I think that what has happened in Congress in the last couple of days has sort of proven that Trump is going to have very limited power when it comes to doing these kinds of things. So I don't think it'll happen. I think he'll put people in charge of the USPS who hate the USPS.
He did anyway,
And-
didn't he? The guy that runs it is a Trump appointee, isn't he? So.
I don't think Trump will be successful in changing a lot of the administration stuff he wants to change because he needs congressional approval. And like I said, there's a faction of the Republicans who don't like him and will vote against him. And they only need like 3 to vote against him. And the Democrats aren't going to bail him out all the time. So
Yeah.
he's going to find his reach in Congress very limited.
So with a few dozen Republicans have voted against this bill, which is a Republican bill.
Yeah.
And Musk has given it the thumbs up as well, President Musk. That's got to be really worrying for Trump. I mean, he's only got a majority of 2 in the House of Representatives. I mean, he's fucked, isn't he? Like, he's not going to get anything through.
No, he's going to end up being the most ineffective president.
He'll get the
we've
tax
had.
cut through, and ultimately the tax cut is the only thing that anybody
That's all he
wants
cares
out.
about.
That-
He'll
and
get
then all of
his
support's
tax
gonna
cut
dry up.
through, and he's not going to go to jail. Those are the 2 things he cares about most in the world.
I was reading the other day that one of the sort of least dangerous things about him this time round is that he's lost the chip on his shoulder. That he's no longer trying to prove anything because he's been president already and now he's president again. And the argument was that he'll literally just go off and play golf for 4 years. Basically.
We
And
wish.
the danger is, he did last time anyway, didn't he? It was only COVID that stopped him playing golf enough.
Yeah, well, I hope Scotland fucking boycott him. You ain't coming to your gaff, bruv.
I think they did already.
He spent a quarter of his presidency playing golf,
Yeah.
like literally.
I think he'll
that's
sort
what he's gonna
the
do.
drones out in New Jersey, do the tax
Yeah,
cut.
what is that about, by the way?
It's
Oh,
aliens.
Just aliens.
Oh, it's an Iranian
Breno.
Iranian mothership, basically.
It's Americans being stupid.
Yeah.
How dare
I love
you,
it.
Tim?
It's New
I love
Jersey.
I love all the New Jerseyans they interview saying, I was so fascinated by it. I sent my own
Hey.
drone up to have a look.
Yeah.
And I go, that's the problem.
But by the way, Mikey, I didn't say that Americans are stupid.
No, they're
Oh
not.
no, they are.
What's it called?
Especially if
there
they're
was
from New
like-
Jersey.
New Jersey
Tim's
was
an
like,
academic, and he's saying that. So.
New Jersey was like, we haven't been in a news cycle in a while. Hey, yo, you got them drones? Hey, come on, watch it. Follow me, follow my lead, brother. Just
Right,
follow
lads,
my
let's
lead.
get them up. And then when people look at them, turn the lights off, drop them down.
Hey, call 911.
really,
just
shit,
trust
really
me.
shit UFOs.
They were really shit. You're on now.
Oh,
Right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry about that. I'm going to wave my hand so people know that I'm actually here. Just getting back up to speed. Sorry, I was just saying it was just drones. I was droning on about it being drones. I'm sorry it wasn't a more exciting answer than that.
You always drone on, Gray.
I do. I
Right.
just drone.
You bored the internet.
I bored the internet so much the internet just gave up and died.
it's just tip-too bollocks.
Yeah. Mike's fucked off. Look, he's gone. He's like, oh.
Exactly. You
doesn't
bored
need
him as
this.
well.
There's a big argument. There's a big argument on the chat going like, this isn't part of England, and Scarborough is not left, and Finland's not Scandinavian. I think we're having like a geography quiz going on in the chat. But John
Identity
C
crisis.
has just
Finland is 100% Scandinavian. It's like literally joined to Sweden and Norway.
yeah. And John C asks, are the demi-publicans Cinema and Manchin still in Congress, Tim or Mike? Manchin's gone, hasn't he?
No,
Yeah.
they're both gone. They both didn't run for re-election, so
They're
they're
outta
both
here.
gone.
That was their point.
What was their point? To be Republicans.
Blow it up on the way out.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
they did.
Especially Cinema. I think Manchin was, he was just a holdover from an older Democratic Party. But
What, the
Sinema
racist one?
Yeah, the racist one.
When it was that racist.
The
The
current
slave
one is
owners.
racist.
They're all. Let's
They're
be
all
let's-
fucking racist.
Let's be honest here. The Democrats and the Republicans are not neither one of them is a left progressive party. The Democrats are center right, and the Republicans are far right.
The Republicans are Nazis, basically, and the Democrats are what we would call conservatives over here.
Basically, the Democrats have been pushed so far to the right because it just looks more progressive than the Republican Party, but it's just not.
But that's not hard, is
By
it?
comparison.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, that's because the Overton window has been shifted.
Mussolini
so far,
was slightly
right.
to the left of Hitler, if you think about it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So
And had nicer uniforms. As well.
And didn't build any concentration camps.
Hugo Boss uniforms. Remember that?
Yeah, but Mussolini's had a bit more, style.
All right. Are we going to have a fashion show? On fucking
A fascist fashion show.
I think we should put up a poll.
Yeah.
Which fascist state had the best uniforms?
I'm really not putting that poll up, mate. I'm sorry. I'm going to draw the line there, mate. Sorry.
Oh, come on, guys. Vote for fascism. Vote for fascism. It's only pretend. Just vote for fascism. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of the fast show. Now the fast show.
We've got
look how tight his buns are in that uniform. Ooh.
Lovely.
Does my fash look big in this? Anyway.
Can you guys see my fash through
Well
this?
played. Well played.
Very good.
Is my fash showing? Can you see it?
Fast
Do I have fash lines?
fascist fashion.
Fashion.
I have
Says
fash
Lucas.
lines. I hate
Easy for you
fash
to
lines on
say.
my uniform.
Yeah. So, anything else been going on in the States apart from your politics just going fucking bananas? Anything worth mentioning? There's been a few more high school massacres, hasn't there?
Yeah,
This
didn't you
week.
lower the age of mass shooters recently? Is that?
Yeah, wasn't there like some
yeah,
kids? It was like 9
in
or something.
Wisconsin. Yeah, it was a high school aged girl who was the shooter.
Well, that makes a change.
That's novel.
Well, it's nice to see a little bit of representation. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a male-dominated sport.
Yeah,
kids
it's
sort of-
it's
Gallows humor for dead kids is unwarranted.
Yep.
yeah, it's not great. Like our country's fucked up. It's
Yes.
pretty fucked up when it comes to the shootings.
I'm glad you've
and-
noticed because a lot of Americans think it's normal now,
It
which
hasn't- it
it's
hasn't-
not.
The mass shooting in the school hasn't gotten as much coverage as Luigi. Just gonna throw that out there.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Because it was a girl.
Well, no,
No,
because
Because
I would
it's
say it
a
was
high
a
school
girl.
massacre. and
No,
they're
because it was a
gonna
mass
think-
shooting, and
it's
it wasn't a
because we're so
CEO.
used.
It wasn't
It's
money.
because we're so
involved.
used to it.
Yeah.
We're so
Wasn't
used
novel.
to in Connecticut. We had one of the most infamous school shootings, the Newtown
Sandy Hook.
and Sandy
Yeah.
Hook. That's
Yeah.
in my state, and we hear about it all the time because of all the shit that Alex Jones did.
Mm.
And but like other than that, like all the other mass shootings in schools kind of go unnoticed after a while.
Tim, Mikey, at a local level, does it have an effect? Does it change people's attitudes
for
in Sandy
sure.
Hook?
They leave.
Yeah, in Sandy Hook, there were several political movements created that strengthened the gun laws in Connecticut. But because we can't get anything done nationally, it's a big problem. Like, our state representatives, our governor, our congressional representatives push it as far as they can, but nothing gets done in Congress. The president can only do so much. The Second Amendment is just a sacred cow for the Republicans.
Really is.
So all we can do is push for reform that will never happen.
Well,
Because
funny you should mention that. David Hogg is running for vice chair of the DNC.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
And if you guys aren't familiar or don't remember that
Yeah,
kid,
yeah,
that was the
no.
kid who organized.
Survivor.
Not you. I'm talking about the audience wing. The people who organized the March for Our Lives campaign in DC, where they had like 100,000 plus people marching on DC to do something about
He's a good campaigner and organizer, isn't he? It'd be good.
he's
for him.
and he's 20. He's like 2021 now.
Yeah,
And he was like, "Oh, if only you guys
Back in
had
a minute.
somebody politically motivated and young in the fucking room."
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember that video of Marjorie Taylor Greene chasing him down, and I was just like, "Darling, this geezer is just talking his bit about what he's just witnessed. His
friends that he saw killed. Yeah.
Exactly. And you want to interrogate him on the street.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is the worst of us. She's there's a lot of contenders at the moment for who's the worst human being, but she's got.
I mean, between her and Bobart, surely they're.
Well, so she's up there with Katie Hopkins.
Katie Hopkins.
I mean,
Matt
Liz
Gates.
Truss
But Katie
is
Hopkins got no
kicking
power.
around.
She's actually an elected member of Congress.
No, but she still commands a lot of clout. I see.
Yeah, but she's not an elected member of Parliament. She's not elected. She's just a gob on a stick. Whereas Marjorie Taylor Greene has actual power.
Oh,
she
God.
sits on committees.
You've just given me a horrible thought of Katie Hopkins running for the Reform Party next time round.
Yep, she probably will.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me either.
She'll find a seaside town near you.
One angry pagan.
Not in Brighton, hopefully.
One angry pagan. Thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. We English are closer, albeit linguistically, to the Scandinavians than to the Finns, which makes sense because we're closer geographically as well. English still has many cognates in Scandi tongues, same root language. And isn't Finnish just the weird one? I mean, no offense to anyone who's Finnish watching this. And Yoni, but it doesn't. It's not related to any other European language family, is it? I believe you can correct me. If
they're also the happiest people in the world, and they've got the best education system.
They've got the best education system. I don't know about them being the happiest people in the world. I've been there a few times.
Finland has one of the highest suicide rates in the world. As far as I remember.
That's probably why they're so happy, because they can't count them people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The happiest countries I went to are usually places like Africa. Where people just seem genuinely happy, just walking around with a song in their heart.
And also great with the Norwegian sort of system. The word "scouse" comes from there.
Comes from Norway. Comes from Norway.
Yeah.
Comes from
Norway,
Lobscouse.
And one angry pagan will probably put me right on this, but I seem to remember there's a version of English that's there's groups on the internet that talk it to each other that's had all the Latin removed. So it's just a version. It's Old English if it had evolved in the way that English has, but without the Latin stuff.
Is that Cornish? Because Cornwall put their own language, isn't it?
It's not Cornish, no, because they speak a form of Gaelic, don't they?
Finnish. Sorry, Yoni in Finland is saying Finnish isn't a European language.
We've been serious, Wayne, weren't we?
Yeah. So no, I was just talking about Finnish. Yoni's agreeing. It's not a European language. It's kind of weird. Sumomi.
I think the language you're talking about, Mike, is Esperanto.
No. I'm going to look this up now. Hang on. I saw a video about this the other day.
Because Finland borders with Russia, doesn't it? So I think that's where you get that blowover.
Yeah, but it's not related to Russian either, is it? I don't think.
Russian is Cyrillic.
Svax is saying you need to do what California did with Reagan to get past gun control laws. Let black people buy more guns. Republicans will pass all the gun laws possible.
There you go.
100%. Well, they did that when the Black Panthers started in the 70s, like arming themselves up with like rifles and shit. All of a sudden, there's gun laws. Oh, what? Because the black people have got guns now. Shit.
They're so uncivilized.
What angry pagan is just stopped a super chat in. Sorry, Mike. Just one sec. Mike. It's called Anglish. There you go.
Anglish. Yeah.
Anglish. The anguish.
English it's a reimagined version of English that uses fewer words borrowed from other languages.
Oh.
There you go.
But I like the fact that we have so many words from other languages. I like the fact that every sea in the Pacific Ocean is pronounced differently. Because I think that's I like the way it's a magpie language. It steals words from other languages. Doesn't have a word for someone, steals it from someone else.
Typical Brit answer.
What's that building with only one story? It's a bungalow. Okay, we'll have that. Pajamas, we'll have that.
I like that we've got so many words for our colonies. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yes.
I like how we just make a little evil Voltron of language out of all the pieces of our.
Hey, you know what? You know what? You can keep a little bit of your own language, and we'll put it into ours. Isn't that nice of us?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but by the way, Mark,
well, I mean, the English weren't as bad as other. I mean, this is not saying much, but
no, you're right.
British weren't as bad as other countries for forcing people to learn their language and convert to their religion.
Yeah, the actual point of English is that it takes out the countries that occupied Britain. So it's the Roman, Latin, and the French. Basically, it takes up their words that were imposed on us when we were taken over by the Normans and the Romans.
But does it take out like Indian words or Hindi words? Or...
No.
No. We imposed them on them.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like cricket.
It's
What?
the Greek.
How'd that work out for you?
Latin and French.
How did what work out for
You'd
us?
have never showed him cricket.
It's
Whooping
fine.
y'all
We
ass for 45 years.
we
straight.
just invent sports that we're shit at. That's what we do.
We gave you cricket so that you could make baseball, so that
Yeah.
you could win something.
And call it the World Series, even though you're the only country who participate.
Yeah.
Even though all of the best players from around the world just come here because it's easier.
No, they do it because they're retiring for a payday.
Oh, the footballers, yeah. It's you get all like 40-something footballers.
You've
They're
got
all,
like
walking around with
Suarez,
Zimmer
Messi.
frames. Yeah.
When I retire
David
from pub
Beckham.
football, I'll be going over to Chicago to sign up 50 million.
For Mikey's team.
Yeah. To play geriatric.
when the
Geriatric
dog
football.
and duck finally kicked me out of the team.
Oh, what me head, son. Oh, in my day, this was all fields. It still is a field, Grandad. It still is a field.
It's whatever you guys say it is. It's not like all of the FIFA players and all the people who are like right underneath FIFA don't just come to America to get like, a visa through a team, get a whole bunch of money, and then go like, that's not bad players. It's just not
in
in
Saudi
the
Arabia
league.
now.
It is
It's
bad.
not in that
It is
big
bad
league.
FIFA though.
Yeah.
FIFA, the thieves of football. They need to be
FIFA.
destroyed. They need to be blown up like the fucking Death Star at the end of Star Wars.
Well, then
Like
maybe
they
you
are
guys
absolute
should.
scum.
Then maybe you guys should be going after a decentralized football system
This
and
is
start
the-
rooting for the Americans.
I'd just
It's
like
not
to-
UAE. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that we've won every Super Bowl. Just putting that
Yeah,
out
well
there.
done.
Yeah, in
Well
your
done.
face.
Well done, Connecticut.
Hey, he's from the land of
Very
Tom
good.
Brady. You watch your mouth.
Yeah, but Britain's
Tim
won every
with a
FA Cup.
Very salient point. Very salient point.
We got another
We've
super
never
chat in
lost
from
the
One
Super
Angry
Bowl.
Pagan. Thank you very much for that. £5, mate. Churchill's famous speech has one word in it that isn't of Old English origin, which is surrender, which we get from the Norman French. Lol.
Of course we do.
There you
Of course
go.
we do.
Is that France?
We get it's a joke, isn't it, about the French?
What cheese eating surrender
monkeys. Yeah, yeah. It's something like wasn't there a joke about like the French signal to attack and it's putting your arms up or something like that? Or there's a flag and it's white. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey,
not
do they-
quite fair, really, because the French did win a lot of battles.
I love the etymology of words. I just absolutely love hearing where they come from, looking at the Latin or the Greek, and just seeing where they come from and how we deploy them in this day and age. It's really fascinating because it's like it just evolves naturally.
I would plug a YouTube channel called Rob Words for that, which is very good.
Rob words.
Ooh.
Okay.
Rob
We'll have
Words,
to watch
yeah.
that. We've got another super chat just come in quickly from Wayne. Different Wayne, not you, Wayne. Wayne Keenan, thank you very much. Evening, the OG Wayne is here. Merry
Definite
Christmas,
decker.
all. So there you go, Wayne. You're not the
Couldn't be
OG
from
Wayne.
our Wayne. It's got punctuation and everything.
Yeah. It's not
Easily
giving off Tory
identified.
vibes.
Right. Right. Jesus.
I saw.
Love you, Wayne. Happy Christmas, darling.
Dig
There's
'em
a
out.
there's a YouTube channel that I found. Well, someone introduced me to last week. Did I tell you about this? It's called hang on. I've got another super chat. Thank you for rescuing me there from my brain fart, Yoni.
You're welcome.
Yoni, €2 super chat. Rob Words for the win. The channel I'm thinking of is called This Aged Great. And it's just two guys, and one of them just laughs all the time, doesn't actually add anything to the conversation. But it's just someone describing a film from the 80s that's problematic now, and just why it's so problematic. And it's like, they've got like Teen Wolf on there, and Police Academy, and Revenge of the Nerds, and all this kind of thing.
God.
And you watch back, and you were like, oh my God, what the... Anyway, there's a movie, and I forgot the name of the movie. This is from the 70s, and it's about a racist doctor, and this surgeon turns up, and he's the greatest surgeon in the world. And he turns up and he's black. So this racist doctor's like, I'm sorry, you're not coming to work in this hospital. The position's been taken. Anyway, one thing leads to another. It's the 70s. Anything can happen. And this racist doctor basically dies or is in an accident or something. And so they graft his head onto the body of a black man. And he wakes up, and it's this like white doctor, and his head is next to the head of the black guy whose body he is grafted to. And he's like, good morning, sir. And he's like, and this is a film that actually got fucking made.
This is Garth Marenghi's Dark Place all day long.
I knew you were.
Oh god. Anyway, it's called This Age Great. I recommend it just for checking out these old films that are like, oh, I cannot believe they made this. I literally cannot believe they made this fucking shit.
And it was Rodney Dangerfield.
It's quite fun. I watch that. I watch Legal Eagle. I like Legal Eagle on YouTube.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
I love.
He's suing the government, isn't he?
He is suing the government for the what is it? The papers surrounding the documents case.
Florida documents.
The Florida documents case, because they said they were going to release them and they didn't release them. So it's freedom of information request.
Yeah, he made a FOIA request and they didn't give it to him. So now he's suing the government.
That'd be interesting.
Nice move.
Yeah. I also like the guy who does the script pitch meeting things. Ryan George, the Canadian comedian.
Yeah.
He's very
good.
He's very good. He's very good.
You know what channel I enjoy? The Bin Network.
Oh,
yes, the Bin
Network. What a
Tim, I've never heard of that. What do they do?
Network
I've
on
never
here.
heard of that. Who's there?
Tell us more about the Bin Network.
Yeah, there's a couple of shows.
Just
running
crowbar
right
it
now.
in.
Yeah.
Wayne, unfortunately, is not on anything right now, but
I am, but the time is.
He's on this.
We got Unboxed Politics, which is a political review show that me and Mikey do with a few friends. And right now, we have a Canadian on the show.
Exotic.
A tamed Canadian.
And me and my wife do a podcast called The Book Revolution, where we talk about books and book-related topics.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you can check out Filthy Americans, the me and Brenna show. Everyone likes Brenna.
So you mean this lot?
Bin. He's got it written on his head. He's got a tattoo of bin written on his head. So why is it called the Bin Podcast?
Be informed now.
Oh, okay.
That's not the reason.
It's not named after Count Binface. It's not named after Count Binface then, no.
No,
Wayne made that up.
No, it's just a case of like we take all the week's news and we chuck it in a bin and we just kind of like work through it. That's pretty much it. Because
we're sorting through the bin of politic news.
Yeah.
You probably sold it there, Wayne.
Yeah.
Be informed now, which he put on.
I'll certainly be tuning in. What time's it on?
It's right there. Look, it says it right there.
Maybe Chuckle, maybe Chuckle said we just shove all the week's news in a bin and we just you went way through it.
Sift through it.
Through the bin.
But that's
garbage.
That's the premise of it, because the amount of stuff that we have to deal with is rubbish. And it's just kind of like sifting through it and going, do you know what? This is bollocks. This is bollocks.
Have you had Count Binface on your show yet, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've had
He's the president.
Count Binface is but has he been on an episode?
I don't even know that was a real person.
Count Binface is a real person.
Count Binface is a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend.
A real space alien, actually, from another dimension or galaxy. I can't remember which. Yoni has dropped another super chat in. Thank you very much, Yoni, for the €2 super chat. The UK is forked, but the Caribbean is always there. There you go. That's a good point. Thank you.
That's big up to Montserrat.
Not much help to you lot, but whatever. Is Montserrat livable yet again since the volcanic eruption of about 20 years ago?
Is Ginger Island Montserrat? No.
No, I'm saying, is it livable? Is it habitable? Is it the habitable area of Montserrat?
The last eruption, I think, was 95.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
No, good year.
It was during the Blair administration. I'm pretty sure when Blair was in, so it must have been after 97.
There you go. There's
Count Binface. Mike's showing us Count Binface, who seems to be in the toilet for some reason. Mike, why is Count Binface in the toilet?
One of his policies was to reinstate the public toilets in Hammersmith.
Oh,
if he got elected as London mayor.
Yeah.
Cool.
And didn't he also get more votes than Loza Fox?
He did.
Yeah.
And we hate him.
Also,
Like loads
did
of
he
Fox.
not? Did he not stop? What's his chops down in
Godzilla?
Ramsgate? Barrage. His last campaign. Didn't he go run down there?
Yeah, I think he did.
He came up here to Northallerton to run against Rishi Sunak in the last election, which I kind of wish he didn't do because we were trying to get Rishi Sunak just kicked out because it would have been really funny if he had lost his seat as well.
There he is.
Did you hear he had to change to Count Bimface because he was originally a character from a 1970s sci-fi movie. Count Buckethead or Lord Buckethead.
Lord Buckethead.
Star Wars ripoff.
From Gremaloids. Well, it was called Gremaloids in the States. It had a different name in the UK.
We're such nerds.
Graham is. There
Speak
isn't
for
a
yourself,
subject
I'm
you
a
can.
geek.
There isn't a
I think
subject
it's
you
an
can
80s
bring up.
Hold up. No. We are all fucking nerds here, right?
I
love me-
said,
No, but
speak
there's
for yourself, I'm a
levels of
geek.
nerdism, and with Graham, you can bring up any obscure subject you want, and Graham will go, "Oh, well, interestingly,
It was called Hyperspace in the UK, 1984.
Right. Let me give you a rundown on all of us here, right? Mikey plays games online for fun.
I do not do that.
He doesn't do it for fun.
You've done it on this podcast, Mikey. Oh, it's
I'm
not
doing
for
it right
fun.
now.
We've got a
Literally
question,
right-
Mike. Why
literally
is
right now.
Bimface cottaging?
Tim makes 20-sided die, and they're
Prove
brilliant.
it.
So
Wow.
what? Tim he's probably got one next to him right now. To be fair,
What?
20 sides of Princess Die.
No, I make like dice for like Dungeons and Dragons, like polyhedral dice.
I
you
thought
go.
you said Tim makes 20 scientists die.
Yeah, I don't
day.
do that.
no. I said
Why-
die
why-
in the singular.
Why do they have
Mass
to die?
laboratory shooting
Why do
going
they
on
have to die?
as we speak.
What do they ever do to
Tim
you,
uses
man?
Him uses his magic and he takes the oxygen out of the room.
Yeah, I don't know why Wayne is picking out the least important thing I do.
Tell them
Is
tell them I'll become angry and use my magic.
Yeah, right.
But Tim comes in here like, yeah, I'm a political scientist and all that.
I am.
But I
I
also might make diet and melt a lot of cheese.
Yeah, I have a master's degree in political science, but sure, yeah, I make grilled cheese sandwiches real good too.
Hey, Graham,
That's the important
Graham,
thing.
that solves your surplus of cheese problem.
I
that
see
you
I know,
how
have.
he's
yeah,
cheesy
absolutely. But it's
now.
American cheese, so it's not real cheese. It's like
Okay.
it's like coloured plastic. It's just it's
I'm
an
saying
embarrassing
this one.
approximation of cheese. It's
You
like
need a far lower temperature to melt American cheese.
American
Right.
cheese is
And
fucking
American
awful.
cheese-
It's like they were shown cheese, like a picture of cheese, and they went, try and make this, and they're like, okay.
Okay,
American
good.
cheese is the only cheese when you melt it, it doesn't break.
That's true.
Mozzarella
Also
doesn't
Dunlop-
break.
Also, Dunlop
Oh,
tires.
Mozzarella, that's buffalo cheese. Everyone forgets it's from buffaloes, mozzarella, which is really weird. Does someone have like a herd of buffaloes that they milk for all the mozzarella
Yes.
in the world? I mean,
Yeah.
fuck me, but
Yes.
that's just weird, isn't it?
You got to
I
get
think-
out of your rock, man.
Two of them. There's just
tons
two
of
of them.
buffaloes
It's just
everywhere.
two buffaloes that provide all the
Two
mozzarella
buffaloes,
cheese
and
in the world.
They're really, really tired. Bless them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
buffalo
Yeah,
Buffalo
I like
tallow.
this comment from Yoni that says American cheese isn't.
Listen, I'll
That's it.
agree that American cheese is terrible. I prefer
It's almost as
cheddar
bad as
or,
your
like,
chocolate.
mozzarella.
Oh my god.
Hey, you leave Hershey's chocolate alone.
No, it tastes of vomit, mate. It literally tastes of sick. And Americans can't
No,
taste it
man.
for some reason.
Hey,
Something's gone wrong
hey.
in your DNA. I don't know.
Hey guys, I hate to break it to you, but they're now the same company, aren't they?
What?
They are.
What's
They
the same
are.
company?
I can't remember who
Cadbury's-
brought who.
Cadbury's
I
got
think
bought
Cadbury's
out.
have brought Hershey, or Hershey brought
No,
Cadbury's.
no,
one
Hershey's
way or the
called
other.
Cadbury's.
Yeah. So they're going to make
Cadbury
horrible
didn't have the cash.
rationing chocolate, war chocolate, the chocolate that you got in a war because
Right.
they couldn't get all the right ingredients.
Right, Graham.
Sorry, we can't get the cocoa beans, so we're going to use
There's-
mud instead.
We're back onto we're slagging off the Americans again. Right?
Yes.
I love you
Let-
guys.
let-
No,
let's
it's
go-
fine.
let's-
They're going to be the
let's-
53rd state. Keep it up.
Let's go back. Let's go back to 1993 when you got a Cadbury's caramel. You got 6
Yeah.
bits, and they were
Did that have the sexy
So
rabbit
what?
on the commercials?
yes,
This is-
yeah.
This is
Oh, I
the
love that
start.
sexy
Rabbit.
rabbit.
What?
No,
The
you-
sexy
reading-
rabbit that
reading-
sold us caramel.
Wayne is revealing the script of Nigel Farage's Christmas broadcast.
Tell us more about this sexy rabbit. Listen, Vendetta in the chat.
The green M&M.
Vendetta in the chat says Hershey's tastes of, and then capital letters shit. There you go. I can't argue. I can't argue. The American taste of chocolate involves actual vomit, says Yoni, because it's the same chemical compound.
Can I just point out to you guys that the average American that you guys meet online, we don't fucking own Hershey. So
but you eat it. You eat it. You encourage them.
I don't make.
Stop eating the shit chocolate.
Mikey, you're quite right. You should be able to go at us about Nigel Farage.
And you know what? There's a part of me that feels very sorry. Feels very sorry for Americans because the land of the free. It's not the land of the free to eat cheese, is it? Because unpasteurized cheese is illegal in America. You can't have blue cheese.
When you guys do come to America, go to a grocery store. We have multiple products, dude.
You don't have any Kinder eggs, though.
Yeah, we do.
I do have Kinder eggs.
Where the toy's outside of it to one side, which isn't the same thing.
I got Kinder Bueno right here.
That's a Bueno. I'm talking about Kinder eggs with the toy inside, which is illegal because of a 1938 law. That says you can't put toys inside a candy.
I don't think there are toys in Kinder eggs.
This toy came from a Kinder egg. It came from one.
They do the separate one where the toy comes next to the egg for the American market.
Yeah.
So do you think that's a good practice to just put,
plastic,
toys,
small, swallowable plastic,
swallowable plastic that's been off of some sort of conveyor belt?
German kids and British kids have had Kinder eggs for years.
McVitie's. There you
go. McVitie's, proper biscuits.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You've actually just ruined my argument as to why it made our kids stronger to fight and win 2 world wars, but because obviously it didn't help the Germans, did it? But,
they are Kinder surprised, not.
I'm going to put a counter argument. Remember when you used to get like a toy in your cereal?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're proper good shit.
Also, do you remember when you used to get toys and bags of sweets in your Easter eggs?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the Easter egg. Yeah. Well, I think they don't do that now because of America, because they have to
do that anymore.
It is actually because of America.
Yeah,
and you try and tell the kids of today that, and they don't believe you.
Well, what's the point of having a big hollow egg? You're supposed to put something inside the fucking egg, whether it's a Kinder egg or an Easter egg.
If you're not going to put a present in there, make it a solid chocolate egg.
I tell you what, all these wankers who go on about Easter eggs not being called Easter eggs, why don't you point this out to them? That the real problem is that there aren't sweets inside the egg anymore.
And
put the sweets back in the fucking egg.
Fluffy? Stop being cloud.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
What's the other mad thing that's banned in America?
Why can't I understand the dialogue in movies anymore? And what's this Taylor Swift on about? I don't understand a word she's singing.
This all used to be orange groves, far as the eye can see.
What's the other food stuff that's hilariously banned in America, along with Kinder Surprise eggs and blue cheese? What's the other food?
We're allowed to have Mountain Dew. You guys aren't allowed to have Mountain Dew.
We do have Mountain Dew over here. It's a slightly different recipe. It's not 99% sugar.
You got the wheat
we're
shit.
Not allowed. What's the other shit? The orange shit. The
Sunny Day.
Sunny Delight. Yeah. We're not allowed that.
Didn't that get banned because it was like really harmful or something?
Yeah, it's basically
it's just paint stripper.
It's not good for you. Listen,
okay, so
RFK Jr. is
do you know what's good for you? Haggis, Tim. Haggis.
Don't ever say that again.
Haggis. It's banned in America.
There's a genuine point about RFK. Right? Some of the things that he wants to actually sort out aren't such bad ideas. It's just
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You mean like getting rid of
batshit stuff he wants to
get rid of vaccinations? Bring back polio.
Yeah,
in my day it was polio and Nazis as far as the eye could see. Again, let's live those days again.
Graham, we had bags of sweets in our Easter eggs and polio, and that's it was a trade-off.
It was a trade-off, I guess. Bring back polio. Damien, thank you very much for the £2 super chat.
Yes.
We've had
polio.
We've had Stuart's inquiry. Hershey's licensed the name Cadbury. It's not the same, and I don't think it is.
Okay.
Hershey
No.
is always going to taste fucking awful.
They actually bought the company. They bought the company.
Yeah, but in the 1930s, Hershey had to make the chocolate. They got the chocolate for it was the 1910s maybe. They got the contract, the government contract, to supply troops going out to war with chocolate, and they needed to put something in the chocolate to preserve it so it didn't go off before it got to fucking Guadalcanal or wherever the fuck it needs to get to. And the chemical that they put in that chocolate tastes of vomit.
So to answer the earlier question, I've not had haggis. But
Haggis
I've
is
been
awesome, says Pete's Music.
I've been to Ireland and I've had various Irish foods.
Ooh. What crazy Irish foods have you had?
Well, I mean,
Sheep eyeballs.
Yeah, I've had the bangers and mash. I've had the black pudding, the white pudding, all that stuff.
Did you have Irish stuffing, which is basically like
yes,
fucking
Irish
powder?
stuffing is sawdust. Yes,
It's just powder.
they got some pretty good food over there. Sausage rolls are like my favorite thing ever. I know that's not Irish, but that's
sausage
my
rolls
favorite thing
are
ever.
fucking awesome. Gotta
Sounds
say,
terrible.
we have Greg's
we
over
should
here.
definitely be taking over the American fast food market with Greg's. That's what
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
But also, we should be having drive-thrus that do kebabs.
Can I just correct our incorrect news that we've given out? So, according to the BBC, reasonably reliable source these days, shares in US chocolate maker Hershey have jumped by more than 10% after a report that Mondelez International, which owns UK-based Cadbury, has approached the firm for a potential buyout. So it's no longer Cadbury's anyway. They were bought by a company called Mondelez.
Exactly. They were bought out ages ago.
But they were bought by Kraft before then.
Yeah, Kraft. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kraft.
Yeah, American company Kraft.
Who were owned by Philip Morris, the tobacco company.
American
Kraft who
Kraft
make
macaroni and cheese.
They make cheese in a can.
They make cheese in the can. And they also make Vegemite, which is a really Australian thing. And it's owned by an American company. With their shitty opera house that looks like a bunch of Clitterville hoods that was designed by a Dane, and their shitty Federation Square to celebrate 100 years of independence from Britain, which was designed by someone from Britain, because that's Australia for you. It's embarrassing. If there's any Aussies watching this, go to bed. It's very late. No, actually, it's tomorrow morning, isn't it? Tomorrow morning now, isn't it?
You lose track of these multinationals, don't you? So Mondelez.
Yeah. But great. I've never heard the Sydney Opera House described as a bunch of collateral hoods.
That's what it is. Most buildings are big penises, right? This is the one that isn't. And kudos for that, but it was designed by some white cracker dickhead from fucking Denmark instead of by an Australian Aboriginal with 50,000 years of Australian heritage and culture behind them. Real culture, and that's not a can of beer and a fucking barbecue because they're American. Well, no, beer isn't. Beer's German.
I mean, it's no St Paul's Cathedral, but I wouldn't call that a stubby willy.
St Paul's Cathedral's a big tit. And and everyone knows it.
One of the most impressive freestanding domes in Europe.
Yes, one of the biggest freestanding tit.
It does look like a tit, though.
Yeah, it does look like a tit.
But it is
it's got a nipple on the top.
Architectural piece of genius.
Genius by Robert Hooke.
Yeah,
old Hookie. Did the mathematics, I think, or he designed it.
So Mondelez appear to be trying to buy up all of the well-known chocolate brands in the world. They own Milka, Oreo, Toblerone, Cadbury's, and now they're trying to get Hershey's.
So that's why Toblerone can't have the bear hidden in the mountain anymore on their logo.
And also,
it's not made in Switzerland anymore.
With the old Toblerones, you don't get a full pyramid.
What?
You don't get a full pyramid.
What is it, like a little half pyramid now or something?
You gotta collect them all.
But the thing is, with the pyramid, because you tried to bite into it and it would sort of hit the top of your mouth, wouldn't it? As you...
Someone have a quick Google of an actual modern Toblerone compared to an old Toblerone.
Wayne, why don't you Google it?
I can't do it because I'll tell you for why I can't do it, because
he can't use Google. He's too old.
Google.
I've got my phone. I've got my phone, and I'm not hosting the show, so I'm not.
Wayne is like having your granddad round at Christmas, isn't he?
Show me how this works.
I won't bloody Google it. I refuse to use Google. I'm still using Ask Jeeves, me.
Mike, that's a bit fucking rich coming from you old timer.
Leapshin says Sunny D was not technically banned in the UK, but its sales drastically declined due to negative publicity, primarily stemming from reports of a young girl whose skin turned slightly orange. Which explains Donald Trump is a big fan of Sunny D.
If that's not a Garth Marenghi fucking plotline,
Jesus. How long is the
What's
show
the
been
delight?
over?
The
Not
delight
one
is
day.
you turn a delightful shade of orange.
Yeah.
That's a perk. You get that for free.
There's an episode of Garth Marenghi where you drink the water, which was blatantly green, and you turn into a Scotsman.
Okay, that sounds like fun. I'm
Wayne,
looking forward to Burns Night next week. Next month. Sorry.
someone in the chat says use Ask Jeeves.
Yes. Use your Netscape Navigator, Wayne.
I'm going to go on to AOL online.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
sbcglobal.net, Wayne.
We'll wait while you connect on dial-up.
I have to say, when you were
Did we talk about this last week about it sounding like a specky loaded up when you were getting on the internet in the olden days? Vendetta is saying brie and camembert are banned in America.
Free
Which
cheese.
is very
Why?
sad
Why?
because
No, it's not.
camembert
not.
is the cheese that you use to get the bear out of a cave.
Oh, Jesus.
Camembert.
I've seen and used brie all the time.
And,
Like
I
it's
I was
not
say I've
banned.
eaten brie.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not real
Yeah,
brie,
but
it's fake brie.
Tim, brie in a
plastic.
can is not the same thing. Spray brie.
It's a bit like chicken in a can. It's not a real thing.
No.
That's what we in this country called Artex.
Oh, God.
No, I'm fairly certain it's real brie. It's not in a can.
I'm
It
fairly
comes in a-
certain.
Are we going full like old school 70s jokes? Because
I'm fairly certain
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah.
brie that you buy in America has asbestos
Christmas.
in it. Is that true, Tim?
Hold on, I'm looking this up right now.
He's looking up whether it's got asbestos in it. I think it probably has.
Because you know the best cheese to obscure a young horse is mascarpone.
I thought that was to get rid of the taste of the horse meat in the bird's eye frozen lasagnas that had all the horse meat in a
Hey,
few years
Wayne.
ago.
Hey, Wayne, 5 points,
Mascarpone! Sorry.
5 points from Wayne's team. 5 points.
Wayne,
Here is
You were in the penalty, sir.
no,
here's-
it's been clarified. Sorry, Tim. It's been clarified as unpasteurized brie, which is
I was
proper
about
brie.
to say raw milk brie is banned in
Yes.
America because
Which
Wow,
is the real
wow.
brie. I mean, it's a bit like saying
So
that, you know,
our brie
now-
tastes different. That's
But
that's
now
the
that
big deal.
now that RFK's in charge, then you'll be
Yep.
able to have raw milk as much as you want. Drink it.
Yeah,
straight
we
from
could
the
be
cow.
full
Yeah.
of worms like all the rest of you
Yes.
Brits. Yeah, that'll.
yes, and everybody will be eating raw mince as well.
Maggie in the chat saying, "Gotta go. Good night, all. Thanks for such interesting conversations again." I don't know if she's being sarcastic or not,
What
but thank
channel?
you.
No,
What channel are you
that's-
watching?
Maggie, what channel you been watching?
That's
Sounds
sarky.
great.
Drop the link.
That's sarky as fuck.
Spax is saying you can't spell asbestos without best, the word best, hiding away in there.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
yeah, what did the cheese say to itself in the mirror? Hello, me.
Tim's joined this chat
I'm-
to
I'm-
provide us
I'm-
with fact-checking, academic information
Yes.
about the political.
Political scientist, and we're
Yeah.
making 70s dad jokes.
Yes.
Sorry to say, Tim, you wasted here.
Yeah, according to
Sorry,
Wayne,
Tim.
I just make dice. That's all I do. I don't do anything else.
That is why we invited you on. When it turned out you'd got some knowledge
And-
of politics, we were a bit disappointed.
Tim also has a very deep knowledge on the political civic workings of America because Tim has run for office a few times.
I've run for office, local office, nothing beyond like my own town, but yes.
Did you win?
No,
Are you going to do it again till you win?
probably not.
Oh,
Did you consider giving 20-sided dice away to the electorate?
I did not.
Did
I
you
did not.
consider
I should've.
Elon
I
Musk
should've.
buying the election?
Sorry,
for
is that
you?
Yeah.
20 dice with sides, or is that one die
It's
with
one
20
one
sides?
die with 20 sides.
Okay, good. Right.
Also,
Um,
Tim, did you ever consider just saying it were rigged and rigged constantly till everybody felt sorry for you to think, yeah. Actually, Tim's got a point. It is being rigged against him.
I thought
It
about
worked for
it.
Trump.
I thought about it, but I
It's
didn't want
rigged
people
until
to
you
have
start
that
winning.
impression of me.
It's
Yeah.
rigged until you
Yeah.
start winning, and then it's not rigged magically somehow. We've
Stop
got
the
another super
count.
chat come in. Stop the counts. Stop Count Dracula. Wayne Keenan, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. I mean, the bad jokes apparently were not enough. Wayne would like us to do a bit of carol singing and sing a short of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" to the chat. Yeah, I could do that. I can't sing for shit.
Only if Mikey's got some form of voice modulation, we can apply to this.
Does everyone know the
I can-
words to "We Wish
I
You a
can
Merry
adjust it.
Christmas"?
can
Oh,
adjust
there
it
you
in
go.
post.
Wayne, give us
We've actually got
Give
a
us a-
musician in the room.
give us a G. Give us a G.
No, there's more.
Two.
The G, sorry.
Right.
Mike,
Are we ready for
Mike-
"We Wish You a Merry Christmas"?
There you go. There's a G.
Okay. Right, you're all ready to
I
go.
don't know the chords for Merry Christmas, so
Yeah,
Well,
neither do
it's
I,
probably the
actually.
same one over and over again. It's "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." We wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you
let's
and a
do that.
Happy New Year. All right.
Is that the chords?
Am I going to be singing now?
Yeah, just all on your own.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
start
it's
on my
you
own.
do the solo bit.
You already
I
did
can't
your
solo
sing
solo.
for
bit.
shit.
Right.
My singing voice is awful.
Not can I?
I'm tone
You are
fucking
the
deaf.
only you are the only prick with a fucking Christmas tree behind you.
I am fairly certain
I
nobody.
love how
tunes into
angry
this
Wayne
podcast
is
to
about a
hear the
Christmas tree.
scene.
No one's been this angry about a Christmas tree since the Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square that upset the gammon because it wasn't, I don't know, nice enough.
I've got Kemi and Honest Bob kicking 10 bells out of each other.
Bloody tree. All right, okay, so on 3, 1, 2, 3, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. And now, shit.
No, I think you're pushing it.
I've got to say, thanks to the joys of Zoom and internet and what's not. I'm pretty sure it's going to sound like shit.
I think that was going to sound like shit. I could hear it in my ear, so I know it sounds like shit.
I mean,
we were all out of
listen,
sync. It was brilliant.
It sounded perfect to me, but obviously it's just going to get mangled by the algorithm.
Yeah, absolutely. It was perfect when we sung it. It was the
Also,
algorithm that put it
Graham.
out of tune.
Yeah,
So shame you didn't.
What
Reach
we
in.
should
Missed the treat.
take one headphone off like this, right, and then lean into the mic and sing correctly.
Yes.
We're not doing it
It's a
again.
shame
Wayne.
you're all sick.
No,
of
but
words.
we're not doing it.
Leachin
We're
has
not
just
doing it.
written enough already, and Doc Davis has just done like a crying emotion. Emoji, sorry. So yeah,
It's
I
nice
think we'll
that-
never
it's
do that
nice
again.
We've touched him emotionally.
But
there.
thank you very much for the
I've
£5
got-
super chat from Wayne. But also, I'm thinking now maybe we could keep singing, and if people give us super chats, we'll stop singing. Do you think that would be a good plan?
Oh.
They'll just set off. It's like,
Yeah.
There's a million other channels on YouTube. Yoni, thank you very much for the €10. Imagine spending a couple of weeks to find the library that has a copy of the book that has the sentence referring to the problem statements you are interested in. This is the post-intellect era. Well, yes, it is. You can just find things out really easily on the internet, but I think this creates the paralysis of choice, and that's why people don't really deal with it very well. The amount of information out there, and they cede their own ability to work out shit for themselves to somebody else, because
That's the problem. We sort of like let people tell us what we're supposed to think.
Yes.
And what we're doing is we're not actually doing our own work on ourselves and what we're sort of like engaging with. And then what we end up with is an absolute shit show.
Well,
you get people dictating to you.
yeah.
Well, here's the problem is that education has not shifted from knowing information to being able to process information.
Different.
So,
yeah, different.
A lot of what we were taught was dates and names and events and all that stuff. But now what should be taught is how to disseminate information, critical thinking, and how to sort through all the nonsense, because that is the problem.
Yeah.
Is that
100%.
echo chambers are created and people don't know how to get out of them.
Very true.
So
It's a little bit like them flat earthers that went over to was it Greenland or Antarctica, to witness the 24-hour sun. And the odd one or two, no, they still weren't having any. They had one, yeah, I were wrong, really, but no, the odd one or two was saying, oh, the Earth's still flat, though.
I don't get the amount of work they do to prove their flat Earth theories. You think, God, it would just be so nice to go back in time and redirect them a little bit towards a physics book.
It's a grift.
Well,
They know. They know it's a
Earth-
grift.
The Earth rides on the back of the universe, Turtle. You guys didn't know this?
It's
just
turtles
The
all the
one
way
that's
down,
on
mate.
the 4 elephants.
Turtles all the way down.
I'll tell you what is these flat earthers. Put them in a plane. Just put them in a plane.
No, they did. They went to Antarctica, mate, and they watched the
They did it all
sun
the
circle
time.
around them for 24 hours.
Wayne, don't you know the windows in the planes are
Oh, they're round as well. Oh, God.
Guys, we need to go back to an Earth-centric universe. Everything revolves around us. It'll just be better.
Look, Wayne, look. If I put that in front of that camera, I look round.
Wow.
See? That's how they do it. That's how NASA get
It's a
you.
trick. It's a trick.
And this is how NASA get almost 1% of America's
I am full deep flat Earth now. You've
I think we
convinced me.
should turn this channel into a flat Earth society because we've got people all around the globe on the channel.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You
we
guys
were
never
talking
saw
about-
the giant ice wall that surrounds the planet to keep
I
everyone
saw it.
falling off?
I saw
Yeah.
it once.
Yeah,
But when they go,
I went there last year. It's a fucking nightmare.
I had I was on a flight and there was this rogue pilot. And he was like, "You guys want to see something?" And he like used up some gas and he flew us all the way to the ice wall and he showed it to us and he flew us
Did that
back.
you're so lucky, Mikey. Not many people get to do that.
It was
I bet nobody's
hilarious.
heard.
So,
I bet
so-
nobody's heard of or seen that pilot since.
No,
because you made
it
because
disappeared.
you made that pilot up. That's why.
So Mikey, when you got to that ice wall, did you like hit like a deflector shield and get bounced back round? Like,
I can't even explain it. I don't even know how to explain it.
Did you watch Stop at any point as well? Because that
It did.
happens often. Yeah,
It did exactly that.
we'd be quite good at this. We should launch a flat Earth channel.
It's so easy.
That's where the
dude.
money
It's
is.
like-
No,
it's like-
but
it's-
a parody one, like just
yeah.
taking
like-
the absolute piss out of it.
it's like playing badminton with your friend where neither one of you are trying to like really spike it on each other. So yeah, you can keep the birdie up in the air all day. Yeah, my watch and my phone reset. Actually, you can just start adding shit on there. It's fun.
It's amazing.
I'll be doing like the badminton, but with a tennis ball. I'll be like, fuck you. Told ya. It's better with a tennis ball. And you're sitting there going,
like how,
you need a shuttlecock. You need a shuttlecock.
The-
No, you don't.
The science communicators finally got their day to rub it in the flat earther's face, and then like he called him on Discord
Yeah,
from
he did.
Antarctica.
Yeah, it did.
I'm like, that
Yeah.
is rubbing it in his face. But the thing is, like, when the flat earthers were like calling back home to the, or getting online, their friends knew that the sun had set where they were, but it didn't set for that guy. So you got to put 2 and 2 together that this homie is on the live stream and the sun is still out. But hey,
Yeah. I think
they said we'll just have to adjust our model to accommodate this. So when it's done being a sphere, just let me know.
There's obviously just another sun.
Right.
There's a sun beyond the ice wall that you can only see from the ice wall, and they've flown to the ice wall and they can see
Yeah.
over the top to
The
the other
ice
sun.
wall is curved, so that's
Yeah.
the reflection of the original
Oh, right.
sun, but
right.
it's just focused
That
into
makes
one
perfect
spot.
sense.
Yeah, because like I did hard to laugh because one or two they clutched at the straw that one of them his screen were a bit dodgy, and what they didn't realise that his screen was still set on to green screen. So because his screen went a bit dodgy, they thought, "See, total setup. This has been made up to," and you just think,
Soundstage in Florida.
"Yeah,
Exactly. Stanley Kubrick, you fucker.
yes."
We ain't never been to the moon.
Almost got me with that one.
We never did go to the moon, then. That's obvious.
Of course we did.
Well, no,
The
you
fuck?
guys
Wait,
never
I
went to-
go away for a few
America
seconds and then
went
you
to the
all
moon.
start talking about not landing on the
Yeah,
moon. I'll kill
Yeah,
you
but
all.
trying to get
Graham,
some-
Graham,
we're try-
just check the viewing figures and the advertising.
We're
money
trying to
that's been
get
coming in
rich,
since you left.
We're trying to get rich, you fool. We're trying to get rich.
We're trying to turn the
You're
channel
trying to
into
get
flat earthers.
You're trying to get rich by lying to people about stuff that
Yeah.
quite evidently
What do we
happened.
lie
things.
about? What do we lie
We've
about?
learned things in the last 4 years. It seems to
Oh.
work.
Here's the question.
It's not the
We've-
direction
we've-
I really
we've-
want to take
we've-
this channel.
We've sung to the audience and we've given them flat Earth conspiracies. So
Have any of you-
what more do you want?
Have any of you ever been to the moon?
Yes.
No.
Exactly, Tim. Exactly. Nobody in
do you-
this room, and this is a representative.
This is
No.
so good.
How'd the moon
This
get
is a
there?
representative number of people, and
You don't
just
know how it
out
got there.
No.
How
You
did
know
the
how it
moon
got
get there? Yeah, I did. We were hit by a planet called Thea and it smashed into
Yeah,
us
no,
when
no.
we were all gloopy and
Prove it.
liquidy. And then
One
the
day it
bit
was-
of liquid went off
Graham,
and
you
became the
can't.
moon.
Graham, you can't prove it. I'm sorry.
No,
There's no evidence.
and also, Graham, you ain't got a fucking leg to stand on. You wrote a
Yeah.
book about staying on the fucking Earth and going on boats,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
why'd
Yeah.
you
Also,
fucking
Definitely,
neck it?
he definitely didn't.
We
say
also
I
that.
had
have
a
alternative
GPS
facts.
A GPS tracker with me at all times that couldn't have possibly worked on a world that wasn't spherical.
I just
Sounds
want to
like
point
propaganda.
out.
an oblate spheroid.
I just
Sounds
want
like
to point out
propaganda.
the image I'm sharing there is my theory on the flat Earth, and it fully explains how the sun goes up and down through various parts of the Earth.
Right.
Listen,
Why don't we
tide
fall off
goes
the
in,
edge?
tide
Genius.
comes out. You don't know how that happens.
Tides come in, tides come out.
I do like it when Mike flexes
Brett-
like that.
Bread goes in, toast come out. You don't know how that happens.
No,
It's magic.
it's
Like
must be
magnets,
magic.
they're magic.
all of the empirical evidence, and actual science.
The computer
Yeah.
generated evidence. Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't
Yeah,
think Brian Cox isn't making a fortune talking about that?
Have you seen
I
the
mean,
trailer?
talk
Have you
about
seen the
Brits.
trailer for the
Talk
new
about
Philomena Kunk TV show?
Yeah.
She
She's
meets
hilarious.
Brian Cox and she says, "Can I call you Brian or do you prefer Cox?" Which we could use for Mike actually. Mike, can we
You
use
could-
that joke on you?
Totally, you could try, but I think you just spoiled the punchline.
I have. But I'll be stealing it off Diane Morgan.
Save it for another week.
You
Yeah.
literally just shat the bed on the punchline. If we can clip that up properly.
Yeah, we'll clip it.
I'll
We'll clip
take it out.
We'll
I'll
fix
take
it in
out
post. Yeah.
I'll take it out.
One Angry Pagan's dropped in a couple of super chats saying if we sing until people pay us money, he'll just put on Cradle of Filth. There you go. That's us told. And then One Angry Pagan also says, the only flat Earth I'm interested in is Discworld. Terry Pratchett.
Very well.
Who we love.
Terry Pratchett.
Can I have an opportunity to say how proud of my son
Yes,
I am? He
absolutely,
runs a board game company, and he's just licensed the first ever flat Earth, not flat Earth, Discworld.
That was a Freudian slip, wasn't
Discworld.
it?
Now here's the point. Discworld board game. It is a two-dimensional
Oh, well
board.
played.
Discworld.
It's been crowdfunded, hasn't it, as well?
When they raised over 1.2 million to make this new game.
Holy crap.
Really?
Yeah.
How about?
People really love Discworld. People really love Icewind. And,
It is. It's a good game as well.
yeah,
Modifius is the name of the
well done.
company. And very proud of my son.
it's very cool.
Well
and
done,
Russell
well done.
Cannon wants to know if Discworld is a record shop. Be a really good name for a record shop,
be,
actually.
shouldn't it? Should have been.
I thought that's what you guys have been talking about this entire time.
No, it's a
They're talking about compact discs.
Discworld in Basingstoke.
great British
Nah, it's-
sci-fi.
It's all about Star Trek 1980s laser discs. And that's,
What? What?
do you remember laser discs?
Yes.
Fucking like that.
Weren't we talking about them the other day? Because we were saying that the true original Star Wars transfer, the digital transfer for Star Wars, was on Laserdisc.
Laser discs.
Yeah.
You couldn't get it on DVD because the first version that came out on the DVD was the special edition with Jabba the Hutt in A New Hope and all the extra shit they put in there for no reason, other than they hate us and want us to cry. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just ridiculous. And
What,
then you
the
had,
special editions?
I know the
were great.
laser discs. But,
What? Because they were so big? What do you
yeah,
mean?
because they were ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're in the same size as records, weren't they?
Yeah, but
Like an LP.
I was about to say, how ludicrous were records to you then?
Yeah.
An LP must have blew your mind.
They were monstrous as well. Like, because I had a Vestax, I won a Vestax record player portable record player from Radio 1. God, fucking hell, about 25 years ago. And it was basically you put the disc on, and you had a little VW camper truck that played the record.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to see? Does anyone want to see my favorite record? I've got it up there. This is amazing. You're gonna love this.
If this is about
there it is.
You should write a book about it, Graham.
Oh,
Should
geez.
write a
Best
book.
record
Maybe.
ever.
Has anyone written a
TV
book?
Still
about
unbeaten. Still unbeaten. Unbeatable, I'll say.
Has somebody written a
the
book
world's-
about it, though, Graham?
World
Yeah,
situation.
If they haven't, they should. Somebody should.
Yeah, I
write
think
it.
Someone should write a book.
about-
Possibly not me. I'm not very articulate. Talking of conspiracy theories. Yoni, thank you very much for the super chat. My favourite conspiracy theory about the moon landings is that they were staged, but for business and logistical reasons, the stage had to be placed on the moon.
That's funny.
It was cheaper that way.
Yeah, that's a Mitchell and Webb sketch, isn't it? Where they're
Yeah.
plotting the moon landings. And like, well, it'd be cheaper to actually just do them.
Cheaper to make a
the-
rocket.
Yeah.
The best Mitchell and Webb sketch is the Nazi one.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
If I get a chance next time I go down to see my mom in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, that's where they built the Saturn V's, and and they had their own railway that took the rockets to Houston.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So like the I think part of the rail is still there and stuff like that, but they have a tested but unused Saturn V, completely gutted, and you can like walk up and touch it and shit like that. I was like,
Really?
That's
it's like
pretty cool.
It's like a building, like it's because it's like I don't know, 200 feet long or some shit like that. Like it's enormous. It's several stories tall, and it's just on its side, like split in half in some parts. I was like, I can see all the parts. The most complicated machine ever made.
Allegedly. Mikey,
Allegedly.
don't lose our new sponsors.
We've got one angry pagan saying the Americans couldn't watch the moon landing without satellite dishes in Cornwall. Lol. Thank you very much for the super
Very
chat.
true.
But I thought it
Very
was the
true.
Park satellite in Australia. There was actually a
and
movie
the-
about it with Sam Neill called The Dish.
they bounced them around because of the rotation.
Yeah, but it was our
Park. It was the Park satellite that spoke to them first. wasn't
it was our rockets. We built the rockets. We went to the moon.
Did you?
The
America
capital
Tim,
of
did you though,
Alabama
Tim?
is Montgomery.
Yeah. Did you?
Were you actually? Tim,
America
were you
went to the
alive
moon.
when it happened?
I was.
I think I'm the
I'm
only person in the
eternal.
room that
Yes.
maybe was actually alive. in
I was
1960.
here when
If
the
it
first
happened,
rocket-
Mike, haven't you just told us that it didn't happen?
It didn't happen. I was 3 years old. I didn't.
Don't
believe
you
it.
think that the Soviets at the time, it being the height of the Cold War, don't you think they would have said something?
Yeah, well, they were trying to fake it themselves. You know, they'd have been
To
caught
be
out.
fair,
like
we
They
were-
kayfabe.
shared
To be-
studio space. Like
Right.
it's difficult to build a moon set, isn't it? So you just share the money
That's what the
between the
internet-
Russians and the
No,
Americans.
That's what the
No, no.
International Space Station is.
Hang
It's
on-
a big
hang on a
sound set
minute.
that all the countries can use
How
to
is it?
make their fake space stuff.
How is
Yeah,
it easy
Stanley-
to build?
Stanley-
How is it hard to build a moon set when all
Stanley
you need to do
Kubritsky,
is chuck a load
Stanley
of fucking
Kubritsky, famous
hardcore.
Russian general, filmed 2001. The entire moon landing was set in Stanley Kubritsky's studios, which are in Bradford, apparently.
Yeah.
That's why Neil
Bradford-
Armstrong
and-
didn't
and-
talk
Bradford,
about
Moscow.
Neil Armstrong rarely talked about landing on the moon because he'd actually had to
Well,
spend a
but-
fortnight in Bradford, and that's
uh,
damaging
Bradford.
enough for anyone, isn't it?
Well, buzz
yeah,
up,
absolutely,
Bradford.
Bradford.
Buzz Aldrin famously would not say anything after
Buzz
his-
Aldrin, he came out
Yeah.
in favour of Trump at the election, didn't he?
Did he?
What
Oh, what a cunt.
I swear
Really?
to God, they did not do the psychological analysis on Buzz Aldrin when they sent him up. They went Neil Armstrong, you're great, no problem at all.
I quite liked Buzz up till you told me that because he lamped that
Buzz-
fella for saying the man didn't land on the moon.
Buzz Aldrin is still a great guy, but he's old and he only has one vote.
That's true.
He's not our
Yes.
problem. All the other dickheads who were actually face the consequences of a Trump presidency, not a 900-year-old millionaire who probably still drove his fucking 61 Stingray
I don't think
everywhere.
I think Buzz is one of those guys that failed to make the money out of his fame. To be honest, I
Yeah.
think he still struggles
did.
to.
He did okay. He
can we-
did a
Relatively
lot of,
speaking.
and can we?
because
can
you know
we-
how like William Shatner goes around and does like these talks and stuff like that. Like Buzz Aldrin has been doing talks this entire time because
Yeah,
nerds
that's
want to
true.
talk to him. People
No,
want to
that's
know
true.
what it's like in space. People
And
will
also, you wouldn't
pay
believe
$50
the money.
for
Yeah,
dinner.
exactly. You wouldn't believe the money you can get for doing a talk like that.
I
Yeah,
would-
$50 for
I would-
dinner, and you get to listen to Buzz Aldrin and Alan Alda from
Yeah.
PBS fame.
I once
talk
met.
about space.
I was at
so-
a dinner that Steve Wozniak was at, and I was at the same
Oh,
table
wow.
as Steve Wozniak, and I sat there and asked him if he'd come and talk at a conference in London, and his agent sent me a letter saying he wants to be flown first class with his wife and stay in a 5-star hotel and £25,000 appearance fee, basically. And I wrote back saying,
Wow.
you're not actually Steve Jobs. Thanks very much for this. Basically. Goodbye.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah.
Best to the family.
I would say William Shatner is worth more money than Buzz Aldrin. Like,
He's
That's
still
because
he's still having
that
to
is
work.
because you are a quasi-European fool.
I don't think he has to work. I think he just wants to work.
he spent more time in space.
No, he
Just
didn't.
saying.
He does
Spent
have
on the
some
same-
weird. He has
he was
some
on the
weird
same sound
opinions.
stage. He was on the same sound stage.
Well, the
Did you-
clangers
do
had
you
the
remember
moon
it-
set, says Russell,
Yeah, you
and
better turn
the
into a
clangers and
joke.
the soup dragon is why we can't live on the moon, says Vendetta.
Yeah.
And
The
What Angry
clangers-
Pagan is educating us that Michael Collins was the third person who went to the
Clangers-
moon but stayed in the orbiting module, didn't actually.
that was
step
the
foot
question
on
I was going to. But also,
12
I would've
people
left them.
have
Who-
stepped foot on the moon.
who took the picture of the lunar lander?
What do you mean, the
Drop it
lunar
down.
lander?
I did.
Well,
Who
there isn't a
made
picture of the lunar lander coming down. There's a picture of the lunar lander taking off.
No, there isn't, Wayne.
No, there isn't,
No, there's
Wayne.
not one.
Are you sure?
There's a picture.
Yeah.
There's images of Neil coming down off the ladder, but that's from the camera that was positioned on one of the legs
Anyway, it was-
of the lander.
Okay.
It was Alan Wentwistle from
Of the
Bradford
Eagle.
who was paid to do all the photographs.
Yeah,
In,
He was a big photographer at that time.
famous
Yeah.
photographer.
and also,
Yeah.
they're quite right about the clangers. They did use the clangers set to do all the filming.
surprised
basically.
you-
That
I'm
was one of the
surprised-
ways to monetize the entire thing.
I'm surprised you heard about my dad, Alan.
I know you're not supposed to talk about him.
And also, what about Mr. Spoon?
Well, Mr. Spoon was a fucking nonce. Right. So this guy goes all the way to the fucking moon, right? To get his big telescope out so he can spy on a little girl in her back garden. That's fucked up, Mr. Spoon. You are a
took about-
fucking nonce.
It's about 80s and 90s movies, children's
Cheers.
TV.
Yeah.
Rosie and Jim. Rosie and Jim.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Old,
Yeah,
an
I'll
old
run-
single
I'll-
man in a canal boat.
Yeah, with
a
two
small
ragdolls.
children in to come and play with him every day, basically.
Yeah. and then you've
It
got
was a
Captain
sweet and more
Birdseye.
innocent time.
What one old man with a beard on a boat full of children at sea for
Yeah.
months on
I
end.
tell you, if you pitch these things now to a
Yeah.
broadcaster,
Oh,
without
man.
Play with
Russell-
his fish fingers.
Problematic.
without Russell
Yeah,
Brand
please.
attached, basically.
Imagine pitching Rainbow right now. Zippy
What,
Bungle and George.
Well, Zippy was problematic because he was obviously the gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Fuck Quentin Tarantino, by the way.
Yes, he's problematic, isn't he?
Massively.
And he didn't like the new Dune film, so fuck him.
But he had
He doesn't know anything about good movies.
he had a bit of shut him up. Do you know what I mean? When he tried to escape, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
The-
Button Moon.
the-
The theme from Button Moon used to freak me out as a kid. So did the theme from the Moomins and the bridge in Doctor Who.
The bridge.
Yeah, the bridge in the Doctor Who theme tune sounds a bit like Feed the World. It sounds a bit like
Oh,
Band
the
Aid.
bridge in the music. Right.
Yeah, in the music. Yeah.
I thought you meant there was some episode called.
No, there was no bridge on the spaceship that is the TARDIS. It doesn't have a bridge. The Enterprise has a bridge, though.
Yeah. Well, the
Respectable, like.
Oh,
bridge.
there's some clangers.
Look, we've got some clangers.
Hey, look. Hey, watch
Just
this. Watch
saying.
this. Watch this. What have I done?
Hang on. Dropped a
I
clanger.
dropped a clanger. Hey!
Brilliant.
Jesus fucking.
No idea what you guys are talking about. You sound insane.
So, Mikey,
And that's how we're going to monetize this, Mikey.
Yes.
That's the point.
I see the
Show
plan
me
now.
the money. Show me that the more insane we go, the more money we get. That's the way it
I
works.
can
Yeah,
now, I
absolutely.
can now see the forest.
We
The
get
trees are not in
algorithms.
the way anymore. I get
Joe
it.
Rogan's show's got nothing on this channel.
Our friend
Absolutely.
Al Gore, algorithm.
Mikey has got rid of the callus from his eyes. He can now see what this is all about.
My pineal gland is fully opened and attuned to the cosmos. Third eye chakra activate.
And Mikey's crystals are available on the Shopify.
I've been charging them in the cold full moon.
Mikey is now turned into white vision.
Did you guys?
Has anyone seen the new Alien movie? Did anyone see the new Alien movie, Alien Romulus, that came out this
Did
year?
Is it good?
Did you guys know that all the full moons have names?
Bob, Jeff,
Jerry.
Chris.
Yeah. Mick.
But yeah, like
Sandra.
the honeymoon, the full moon, the sturgeon moon.
Did you just say Sandra?
Yeah, Sandra the Moon.
Sandra Moon.
Is my dad's name there? Alan.
Alan.
Moon.
Alan. Just loads of people shouting Alan at the moon. Because back in the day, when there was an eclipse, they thought that it was a dragon chasing gonna eat the sun. So they go out with pots and pans and bang them to chase the dragon away. So they could have been shouting Alan because that would have chased the moon away.
I
Alan.
would have gone like,
Alan.
I would have gone
Alan.
like,
Chasing the
said-
dragon, isn't that another thing? Is that
Yes. Yeah.
Sniffing gear.
Yeah.
But I would have said they would have gone full Adam Partridge. Dan. Dan.
But so the moon has different names. Is it different moons? It's the same moon. It just has different names.
Each full moon has a name.
Are we going to dead name the moon by accident? That would be really rude of us. We shouldn't do that. So what is it? What is the moon today? Is it a gibbous
It's
moon?
the cold. It's the cold moon.
The cold moon.
It
I
is
thought it was
cold,
Cold
that's
War.
for sure.
Yeah, it is bloody
Let me
cold.
see. But there's like harvest, sturgeon, buck.
Sturgeon?
Nicholas Sturgeon.
But Vendetta's threatening me here to say no spoilers for the new Alien movie. All I want to say about it, and I don't think this is a spoiler, is that it's a great film. I think it was really good, but there were a couple of callbacks to the original Aliens movies that just didn't need to be in there. That's all I'm saying. So Vendetta, watch the movie and then let me know what you think.
Just out of interest, Graham.
Yes.
When you were watching it, did you say halfway through, "This is how I think it will end"?
No, because I was watching it on my own on a plane, so I couldn't show off to anyone.
Right then.
I had the same problem with Interstellar. I watched Interstellar on my own, on my island, right? And I really wish I'd watched it to someone because I guessed the ending. At the end, he's going to turn up in another dimension in the bookcase.
I'm just wondering, at the end, if there's that moment where you say halfway through, "I think this is how it's going to end," and you go, and then when it turns out to be true, do you walk away with the biggest shit-eating grin you could possibly muster?
I would do. I used to,
Told
but
you
it
so.
happens. It happens so often now. It's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a cup of tea for me.
Best character in Aliens is Vasquez.
Nah, Hudson.
Nah, Vasquez. She's double R.
I'm Hudson, sir. He's Hicks. It's game over, man. It's game over.
I have a list
Bill
of
Paxton
the full
for the win.
moons.
Go on.
Wolf,
Mikey.
Wolf.
Snow,
Snow. Jon Snow.
Worm.
Wolf. He's a wolf. He says Jon Snow. Oh my God, we've got some Game of Thrones things going on here. Go on.
Worm,
What?
Worm,
Worm tongue? No, not green or worm tongue. No, wasn't there a worm in Grey Worm? Grey Worm in Game of Thrones. They're all named after characters in Game of Thrones. This cannot be
RFK.
There's
RFK.
13 of them.
Wolf
so
from Gladiator.
There's Sean
Gladiators.
Bain in there.
there's 13 of them, so just let me fire them off, and then you can make the jokes at the end. Pink, flower, strawberry, buck, sturgeon, corn, hunter, beaver, cold, harvest.
So there's a beaver moon.
Beaver.
Is that when a lady shows you her bottom, but she bends over a bit too far?
How does Nicholas Sturgeon get her own moon? How does that?
I don't know.
That
Well,
joke
well,
belongs
Pink got her own moon as well.
Welcome to
joke
the
belongs
Nerdfest,
to
everyone.
Graham.
Pink hasn't had a hit in years, and she got her own moon.
The point the point of this is, Mikey, that obviously there are 13 moons because it's a branding opportunity. We replace the moon every month at least.
Yes.
And then we can sell new T-shirts.
It's almost like the months. It's almost like the months were based on the moon.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why are there only 12 months then, eh?
What do you think?
Because the 13th month is only celebrated in Antarctica.
Obviously.
There you go. Where they have these days that never end.
Everybody who went to a public school knows that.
Nicola Sturgeon moon, Hunter Biden moon, Blood moon, Blood Raven.
Oh, but by the way, Mikey, public school over here is different to public school over there.
Yeah, I realized that after I said
massively.
Yeah.
Because you've probably triggered Graham now. He's probably having an aneurysm at the minute.
They got all the jobs. They took all the jobs. They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Why aren't rednecks in the UK whinging about the posh taking their jobs? Because they're the ones who really take the jobs. All the nice ones, anyway.
They respect
all the ones where you don't get filthy. All the ones where you don't do your back in.
We have
you don't respect the fact that there are genetically better humans than us out there
that will never do their back in doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. And you just get doff your cap.
But the thing is that they have us plebs to do their like stunts for them and stuff. That's the thing. They go bring on the pleb, and they bring on one of us who didn't go to private school, and then they fall down a lift shaft or something, and then the pretend person, the actor, they stand up and go, oh, that really, that was quite nasty, me falling down that lift shaft.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't want to like Irish goodbye anybody, but I gotta go.
That's fair enough. It is past midnight here in the UK. I don't know how we've gone on this long without someone stopping us. Somebody stop me. But listen, Tim, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Tim, always a pleasure, bruv.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Actually, I think we're just going to wrap it up there because I want to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas, Tim. Merry Christmas, Mikey and Mike and Wayne and Darren and everyone watching. Have a really, really good one if we don't see you before. I'm going to be back next Friday for another Friday night social. So if you guys would...
Oh, I really wanted to see you next Tuesday.
See me next Tuesday because I'll be doing a special thing with Ivan and One Angry Pagan and Megan Elise. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna do a show right here. Yeah, but not right now because obviously it's a bit late. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Seconds. Yes, and
thanks for all the super chats.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chats. You've been very, very, very generous. Merry Christmas to you all. Now,
after I bombed the show.
Before we go, I just want to say quickly, mate of mine, he's in Ukraine at the moment getting bombed by the fucking Russians, trying to take presents. He's trying to take presents to kids in Ukraine. If you want to help him, the link is in the description of this video. He's driving Amy the ambulance over there, and they've got 3 SUVs that they're going to be leaving over in Ukraine. They're full of presents, so please... if you can drop the tenner in for that, please do. It's a worthy cause. I would love to have been able to do that this year, but circumstances would not allow. So, guys, thank you for everyone. Right. And until next time, I'll say thanks for watching. Give us a like on the way out if you're so inclined. Or you can give a dislike. Doesn't matter. It's all engagement. And until next time, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Santa's fake.